Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto refuses to work for Konoha. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Darthemius and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1, Return of the Hero. Crash Talks. Crash Thoughts. Konoha no Sato. The strongest village of Great Five Shinobi Nations. It has been 3 years since the dramatic events of Sound/Sand invasion and Uchiha Sasuke's betrayal. Those 3 years helped the village to take things under control and regain most of its power. Almost all damage has been taken care of. The days in Hidden Leaf returned to be as peaceful as they can be, yeah, very peaceful. And this day was not an exception. What? Or was it? The enraged roar of Godame Hokage spread through the village. She was pissed, no, scratch that. She was extremely pissed. The reason of her bad mood was none other than her ex-teammate. What do you mean you don't know where he is? Jiraiya the Toad Sannin, one of the strongest Konoha shinobi in history, gulped and started to sweat. He was afraid of this very moment for almost 3 years. Tsunade I can explain. His answer came in the form of chakra-powered fist in the face that sent him flying in the nearby wall. Don't fucking play games with me, Jiraiya. You better tell me where Naruto is, and you better start right now. Tsunade said in anger. I entrusted him to you, and you fucked up again. Tell me one reason why I shouldn't tear you to pieces right now. Slug Sannin paused. And quit being Hokage. For all reasons, Naruto was the only thing that kept her in that cursed village. Tsunade-sama, please calm down. Shizen, for all her years spent with her master, has never seen the woman in such rage. I'm sure that Jiraiya-sama has a very good excuse. She turned to Jiraiya. Right, Tsunade narrowed her eyes. Well, it was not my fault, I swear. The hermit pleaded. He surprised me. Tsunade raised an eyebrow. Wait. You mean he ran off himself? What the hell was this brat thinking? Yes, unfortunately he did, Jiraiya said, releasing the breath. He thought her reaction will be much worse. I do not know his reasons or where did he go, but I will find out. So when exactly he went missing? About a month after our departure. The rage has returned into Tsunade's eyes. In a blink of an eye her fist was in Jiraiya's face again. You mean you knew he ran away for 2.5 years, and telling me this only now? No, better yet, answer this. If Naruto's gone, what did you do this 2.5 years? And I swear to God, Jiraiya, if I hear just one word about your fucking book, then you're dead meat. Gama-sennin had enough. She can hit him, cut him, even make a law to close all hot springs in Konoha. But insulting his book crossed the line. And tell me, what exactly would you do in my place, huh? I knew I screwed things up, but I had my entire spy network looking for him all this time and still received no word. I don't know how he pulled this up, but it's almost as if he disappeared from the face of the world, said Jiraiya desperately. Suddenly a really scary thought crossed Tsunade's mind. The thought that made her tremble. Jiraiya, what if he's been knowing exactly what she wanted to ask? He cut her off, trying to calm her down. No, don't worry. Akatsuki haven't captured him yet. The Hokage looked up to this. How do you know that? Easy. Because they are still looking for him. Tsunade thought for a few seconds. You have a contact in Akatsuki? Jiraiya grinned. Yeah, he was very proud of himself this moment. Yep. And he said that they still have no trace of Naruto. That really calmed Tsunade down. She sat in her chair and somewhat relaxed for the first time during the entire conversation. Sigh, well, at least it could be worse. She looked into Jiraiya's eyes with an evil smile. Still, you're a freaking Sannin. How in the hell was he able to escape? Jiraiya turned a little red. Being beaten by a genin was not something he would like to discuss. Well, you see, he kinda, next words came out like a whisper. Knocked me out. What? I can't hear you, damn it. Speak louder. Godame shouted. What? He knocked me out. The self-proclaimed super pervert screamed. What? Ha 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 ha. I can't fucking believe this. He kicked your ass? Ha ha ha, by his perverted ninjutsu, I guess. To Tsunade's shock, the insults didn't work. Quite the opposite. Jiraiya lost the shamed look and turned to a thinking one. Actually, no, he did not. What he used was the strangest taijutsu move I've ever seen. Now that piqued Tsunade's attention. She sure as hell was not expecting this. Really? Tell me about it. The slug Sannin said and shifted in her chair, getting more comfortable. Okay. We were traveling in the forest near Fire Country's border. Flashback. Jiraiya was jumping from one branch to another at high speed. He was already 3 days in this stupid forest without the opportunity to release his perverted nature. It was eating him from the inside. Why did I agree to take him with me? The world is so big, and there are so many girls within it. Kakuka were his thoughts at that moment. Not far behind him was the reason of his frustrations. His soon-to-be student was trying to keep up with him. The keyword trying, the Sannin, deep in his thoughts, forgot that he wasn't traveling alone. But maybe he just didn't care. Huff huff, Sannin, could you please slow down? We are already running for 5 hours straight. Naruto said in hopes that his pleas will reach Hermit's perverted mind. Naruto! Stop talking and keep running. I want to be in the next town before the sunset. Jiraiya made a perverted face and giggled. Naruto only narrowed his eyes. I see. Was all he said. Despite older man's hopes, they still didn't make it before the sun was down, so he decided to set up a camp. You tripped on purpose, you little brat, I know it. Naruto said nothing. Alright, let's set up camp for the night. I'll set the tent, and you go get some firewood. Sandame's student turned around and unpacked the tent. Now Naruto did answer. Very well, Jiraiya. But before that, Sanen's ears perked. Jiraiya? Something's wrong, he never calls me that. I'd better. His line of thought stopped when he felt something pulled his hand. He turned around only to see Naruto already in mid-air in horizontal position. Without slightest hesitation, Naruto grabbed older man's head and started descending onto the ground. Still, Jiraiya wasn't a Sannin for nothing. He could use Kawarimi no Jutsu in almost every situation. He gathered his chakra and did one-handed seal as usual. But what surprised him was that nothing happened. Why it didn't work was the last thought that ran through his head before his face met the ground. And, if you are wondering about that move, well, that's WWE move RKO, Randy Orton's finisher. Flashback end. And that's about it. I lost consciousness, and when I woke up he was already gone. I tried to search, to trace his chakra signature. I even used Toad's help and tried to summon him. But the brat somehow severed the connection. Tsunade stopped him. Wait, what do you mean? She asked. Jiraiya became unusually serious. That means he disrupted his blood connections with Toads and he can summon them no longer. The blonde Hokage immediately understood the reason of his seriousness. Besides being a Sannin, her ex-teammate was also a man, an old man. After the fourth sacrifice, the Toad Hermit said that he will take no more apprentices. Yet he did. Most likely he was going to make Naruto his successor, the holder of the summoning scroll. That was indeed the low blow from the blonde boy. I am sorry, Jiraiya, I didn't know. It's okay, I already got over it. The old man looked down. He can say that, yes, but deep inside, well, you cannot cheat yourself after all. Tsunade wiped sweat from her forehead. That definitely concluded her work for today. Anyway, if you don't have anything else, I need a really big sake bottle right now. Gama-senin grinned and pulled out a sake bottle from his backpack. You won't have to worry about that, Haim. I still know you too well. Shut up, you perverted bastard, and give me the bottle already. Tsunade-sama, you should not drink. During Yowa, words died in her throat when a dangerous glance, and even some killing intent, were sent her way. Not now, Shizen. I'm in a really bad mood right now. Go and cancel all my activities for today. Also tell everybody not to disturb me. But Tsunade-sama. Go, H-high. Shizen ran out of the office and the Hokage calmed down. Two ex-teammates started devouring the alcohol. I swear when I see the little bastard, I will punch him into the next millennium. Godame exclaimed, gulping down another portion of sake. Maybe this day wasn't so bad after all. Still, we should think what to do, Jiraiya said, looking in the window. Right now Ui and Shizen are the only ones who know about Naruto's condition, but soon everyone will learn this. He paused. Including the council. Tsunade's eyes widened. That somehow slipped from her mind. Oh god, you're right. Damn, those old fools will definitely put him in a bingo book with a kill on sight order. Shit, we've got to do something. Godame shouted in panic. Yeah, but what can we do? He chose to leave himself and knew of consequences. Jiraiya answered deep in thoughts, but was cut off by Shizen, who burst through the door with a very worried look. Huff huff, Tsunade-sama. There's someone to see you. The Hokage narrowed her eyes. Shizen. I told you that I am not to be disturbed. But Ayatetsu and Naruto-kun, Tsunade-sama. After a minute of silence, large amounts of killer intent started flowing from blonde woman, and the amount of it made even Jiraiya flinch. If this is some kind of bad joke, then you'd better stop it right now. Tsunade spat in dangerous voice. The Godame's first apprentice tried to keep her breath under control. And no, it's him, please. Tsunade stopped releasing her ki. Fine. Enter, she said, hoping for better. The door opened slowly and a single young man stepped into the office. Both Sanin's eyes widened to the size of dinner plates. Jiraiya understood immediately why no one of his spies could find any trace of Naruto. If that was him, then Jiraiya totally missed all descriptions. Tsunade on her side had different thoughts. Oh my fucking G, is this really Naruto? Damn, he's so whole. What the hell am I thinking? He's 40 years younger than me. But damn, their surprise was understandable. This Naruto was completely different from the previous one. If the last one liked orange jumpsuits, this one was entirely in black. He was dressed in black pants and black leather sleeveless vest that was open, showing his bare brawny torso. Instead of standard sandals, he had pair of light black shoes. His eyes were covered by a pair of classic sunglasses that made looking in said eyes impossible. Hair, though still spiky, was no longer short, and was even long enough to be tied in a ponytail, which went down to the middle of his spine. The most surprising part was the absence of the first Hokage's necklace. In its place was a strange amulet that looked like a skull. All in all, this new Naruto was a sight to behold. They were returned from the La La Land by young man's first words. Yo! Naruto smiled, raising his right hand up in short greeting. After a quick recovery from her shock, Tsunade in a blink of an eye was in front of Naruto, trying to keep her promise. You little brat. With a greeting of her own, Tsunade threw her chakra-enhanced punch into Naruto's face. Keeping his smile on, The blonde boy just moved his already raised arm. The result shocked Tsunade to the core. This punch's purpose was to send poor boy to another side of the village, preferably to the women's side of hot springs so they can beat the shit out of him too. But Naruto simply caught her fist with his open palm, and he didn't even move an inch. What the fuck? Were Hokage's thoughts. This punch could have destroyed a good part of Hokage Mountain, and he stopped it with just the fucking palm. What the heck is he? How did you stop it? Naruto's smile dropped a little. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Hokage-sama. Hokage-sama? What the hell happened to Bachan? Tsunade thought, still in shock. Well, at least I will have the small victory. With that she bumped him on the head. You little bastard. Do you know how much I worried about you? What the hell were you thinking? Godame's rage found her way from woman's throat. The young man brushed caught hand away, his smile gone instantly. Well, maybe I was thinking about gaining more power? You know, it's a pretty hard subject to forget when you have the world's strongest ninjas after your head, Jiraiya gasped. How in the hell did you find out their goals? The older man took straight to the point. Naruto smirked. Oh please Itachi said Akatsuki is after me, you said they want the QB, and I don't think they want to recruit me in order to get its power. With that being said, I think we all understand what they will do. And that will definitely not be good for my health. The young man spat. Both Sanins and one apprentice were at the loss of words. This Naruto was completely different. Not just clothes, but the character too. Well, that still doesn't explain why you ran away. Tsunade tried to change the subject. Naruto made an innocent smile. Ran away? Who, me? The Hokage narrowed her eyes. Don't play with me, boy. Yeah, it was time to show little runt who was in charge. Now listen to me very carefully. Why? Did you? Ran away? Naruto's smile was still on. Well, please forgive me, the mighty and powerful Hokage-sama. I wasn't even thinking of playing with you. Well, alright, that's a lie. I did actually on money preferable. But as for running away, you are totally wrong. I was on a training trip after all. That shocked everyone in the room. But you ran, Jiraiya started, but was quickly cut off. From you, yes? Naruto made malicious smile. Besides, I never said I will be traveling with you. The blonde boy said to older man's surprise. Tsunade thought about what had been said for a while. Well, he has a point. Still, the Hokage dropped the question and asked another one instead. If what you said is true, then tell me, where have you traveled? She asked a little arrogantly. And what have you learned? Jiraiya added mockingly in slight triumph. Of course, what can be better than training of a Sannin? To their slight anger, Naruto was still smiling. Well, I traveled somewhere, and about the training he took especially long pause for that. Nope, not telling, he. Tsunade clenched her fist. Who does this brat think he is? But then an idea struck her. But if you don't tell me, how can I evaluate your rank? The village leader said with a stoic face, but she was very proud of herself. Yeah, a good idea indeed. For a boy dreaming to be the Hokage, there was nothing more important than his rank. But to her, and everyone else's ultimate shock, she was wrong. Quite the opposite. For all his answers on that question, they were sure as hell not expecting this. He laughed. Ha 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 ha, nice try. I can even applaud you for that. But still not telling. Godame had enough. Fine. If you don't want to tell me, then I'll just have to make you show me. Shizen, hi, get me Kakashi and Sakura here immediately. Oh, and tell Kakashi that if he will be late for even a second, then I'm gonna burn his entire collection of Jiraiya's books, said Sannin gasped. He was looking at the true monster right now. At once, master. With that, the black-haired woman ran out of the office, leaving Sandaime Hokage's students and a young man behind. When the door closed, Tsunade turned her eyes at Naruto. And you are to be at the training ground 36 within an hour, but before that she paused. You still haven't answered the question why. Naruto put his hands behind his head. Why did I leave him? He pointed at Jiraiya. You mean? Yes. A good question. I don't even know where to begin. He took a thinking pose. Well, first there were those extremely important tree climbing exercises, so important that I started questioning myself of my decision to leave the village. Naruto made an evil smile. Then there were countless amounts of these very interesting stories about the great toad Sannin Jiraiya, and how he saved your team all the time with that always crying and useless Orochimaru, and a very horny and fangirlish Tsunade. The Hokage glared at her ex-teammate. Jiraiya started to panic. He knew all too well what that look meant. Meanwhile, Naruto's smile turned into something that could put recently said Orochimaru to shame. Oh. And of course, with all my kind nature, I could not bring myself to forget about these top-secret S-class missions to steal women's underwear from the hot springs. Ha ha ha, I think another 2 or 3 of these missions and I could as well change profession to a priest. Silence. After 2 seconds of this silence, Jiraiya thought that if all killing intent Tsunade emitted was directed at Kyubi, then the poor fox would have ran away in fear at the sight of the true beast. Wait, Tsunadeheim, I can explain. The Hokage cracked her knuckles, killer intent still present. Naruto. A little help. The toad hermit turned his head to where the boy was, only to find him gone, and in his place was a big stuffed frog, the exact one that he once left near Naruto himself in a ramen bar. No, I'm too young and beautiful to die, were Jiraiya's last thoughts. Chapter 2, showing different skills. Crash. Talks. Crash. Thoughts. Crash. Techniques. Crash. Inner Sakura. Naruto spent an hour given to him to wander around his precious home village. He didn't find it any different except for 3 things. The first was, of course, Godame Hokage's head on the face of the mountain. Looks ugly. Was the first thought that came to his mind. Well, certainly. They forgot to also put there her best part. The second discovery was not of such a large scale, but it still gave young man the creeps. The discovery itself was in the form of a small house, no scratch that, it was not even a house, a small hut perhaps. But there was something strange about this place. Hot-blooded dojo. What imbecile would name a place like this? Something inside Naruto told him to run away, and never look back. Still, Jinchuriki's curiosity was too much and he decided to come closer. That was until he heard crashing sounds of some punches, kicks, and something about the flames of youth. That same second the black-clad shinobi decided to follow the advice of whoever was giving it. The third and the most unsurprising discovery was his apartment building, or the ultimate lack of it, as to be expected from the good-loving Konoha citizens. He thought. Well, it's not like I will be missing it, but where the fuck am I gonna stay? Good question and no answer. Actually that's a lie, there was many answers. For example, I wonder maybe ask my good Konoha friends? Ha 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 ha. That's a good one. Fucking friends they are. There were other ideas. Kill someone and seize his apartment? A good idea actually, but not right now, maybe later. He was still searching for an answer when he spotted a pair walking down the street. Suddenly an idea decided to visit his head. Catch a girl and crash in her place, yes. That's it. But who? The alarm in his pocket interrupted his trail of thoughts. Oh. It's time for me to show my skills. Haha, I bet she asked the Cyclops to beat the shit out of me. HMHMHM. Well, she's in for a big fucking surprise. With that he disappeared in a puff of smoke. When Naruto arrived he found that twice in the same day his expectations were confirmed. The training ground 36 was absolutely empty. Damn, they are so predictable, it's almost scary. The blonde boy ventured to a single tree and sat down. Well, it can't be helped. I guess I'm just gonna wait for them to arrive. Making himself comfortable, he put his hand behind his back and pulled out a can of cola. There you are, my precious. With a loud pshhhhhd, Naruto opened the can and drank the contents in one go. Ah! The drink of gods. But his enjoyment was interrupted by the sound of footsteps. Well, almost on time even should be Sakura. The Jinchuriki turned his head, and yes, that was definitely Sakura. Of course there could be a slight chance that it was some other girl that dyed her hair pinky, right? My chances of being Hokage are better than this. Hirono Sakura was walking to the training ground in a good mood. Sure, how could she be not? Naruto was back from his training trip. That means soon they will receive the mission to get her oh-so-precious Sasuke-kun back. I wonder if that idiot learned something new. He was training under Jiraiya-sama after all. Oh, if only she knew. Training ground 36. Time, 1500 hours. Now where is everybody? The pink-haired Kunoichi thought. I was told to come here, but there is no one. Wait, someone's there. Sakura looked at the bottom of a single tree and said someone. Oh, woohoo! Is this Naruto? Damn, he's hot. Shinaro, was a sudden response from girl's counterpart. Yeah, he is maybe even as hot as Sasuke-kun. Sasuke-kun is better, Shinaro. Maybe, but still Shinaro. Alright. Calm down. G's ending discussion with Well herself, she went to the boy's location. Naruto? Is that you? Damn. We haven't seen each other in 3 years. What should I say? Said boy slowly turned his head in her direction. Huh. Well, if it isn't Sakura. Took you long enough. Turning away from her again, Naruto pulled out another cola can and started drinking. Sakura? What happened to Chan? I guess he has changed somewhat. Nice outfit, by the way. Much better than those jumpsuits you were wearing. She wasn't allowed to finish. Of course it is. One of the bonuses of leaving the village. Naruto took a sip from his can. What do you mean? Naruto chuckled. Pretty slow today, are you? What I mean is those jumpsuits were the only thing I was allowed to buy in this village. That shocked young girl to the core. Why would people do this? Well, yeah, Naruto did pull some pranks, but this is a bit extreme. Maybe if I asked him. Care to explain? Asked Sakura in her usual bossy type. Naruto only smirked. Nope. Besides, Kakashi is here, and he made it on time even. Above them on a tree branch said Jonin appeared with ever-constant orange book in his hand. Yo! Was Jonin's short welcome. Ohio Kakashi-sensei. Sakura greeted her old mentor. Naruto said nothing. He just stood up and started to look around as if searching for something. Kakashi jumped from the tree and landed on the ground. Lost something, Naruto? He said, making his usual eye smile. No response. Naruto, what? You said something? Kakashi paled. Oh my god! He just damn. Did I start to look like Guy or something? The gray-haired Jonin tried not to show emotions. Well, I asked what you have been looking for. Naruto thought for a second. Oh yeah. Do you see a hell gate anywhere? Kakashi raised an eyebrow. What? A hell gate? Why would it be here? Now Naruto raised an eyebrow. Why are you asking me? After making it on time, that is. Sakura's eyes widen now that you mention it. Kakashi just face faulted. Ha ha ha. Very funny, Naruto. Now if the jokes are over, the Jonin put his hand in his weapon pouch and pulled out 2 bells. You know what to do, right? Sakura put her gloves on. Naruto just smirked. Remember, you have to attack me with intent to kill, or he tried to advise, until was interrupted. HM. Still as arrogant as always, Naruto said and chuckled. What was that? He tried to provoke me? Him provoking me? Well, I'll show him how it's done. Kakashi concluded. I see you're still barking as loud as before. Should have expected that. I think, it doesn't matter what you think. Naruto responded. Kakashi's face hardened. The fact of the matter is this, jabroni. You are telling an opponent with unknown skills to attack you with intent to kill. And they called me stupid. The Jinchuriki mocked. Well, that was it. The Jonin closed his book and prepared to battle. Okay, you may do as you please, it is your test after all. Begin. With that he disappeared in a puff of smoke. The test has begun. Why did you say that to sensei? Sakura wanted to punch the blonde boy right now, but they were in the middle of a test. Said boy turned to her in surprise. What stupid question is this? I said that because I wanted to. It's just that simple. Now why don't you make yourself useful and find the Cyclops? A tick mark appeared on Sakura's forehead. Who does this idiot think he is talking to me like that? I'll make him pay for this. But after the test, 2 ex-teammates were standing on the plane. One was deep in concentration and the other wasn't. In that very moment their thoughts were exactly, my time has come. I will show my strength and the results of my hard training. Sakura. I wonder who I should hook up tonight. Naruto. Tracking chakra signatures was hard even for Sakura. Especially, tracking down someone like Kakashi. Damn. Can't find him. Maybe if I use logic, where could he be? Sakura looked around. Of course. Gathering chakra into her right fist, she jumped high in the air, and with a loud scream slammed said fist into the ground, creating a small earthquake. Between cracked rocks, Kakashi laid with a scared look on his face. Damn. So she learned not only medical ninjutsu? Better be careful. He thought. Standing a little behind Sakura, leaning on the training post, Naruto had different thoughts. Well, maybe this useless bitch is good for something after all. Kakashi-sensei, I found you. Godame's student said, smiling. The Jonin sighed and jumped from the ground. Well done, Sakura. However, finding me is only half of the job. Your goal is to get the bell. Girl's eyes burned with determination. Hi. She took a battle stance and prepared to attack, forgetting about Naruto, who was still leaning on the post. Meanwhile, in nearby bushes, Tsunade and Jiraiya were observing the events. You trained her well, Jiraiya said after some time of observing Sakura and Kakashi's taijutsu fight. But of course, Tsunade said proudly. Still, what do you think their chances are? It's hard to tell, but what the hell is he waiting for? The Hokage didn't need pointers. She knew exactly who Jiraiya was talking about. I don't know either, but why do you think he is waiting for something to happen? Look at his stance. The hermit made a pause. He's absolutely relaxed, but ready to jump in action any second. Then why doesn't he? There are actually 2 explanations. The first is that he just doesn't give a fuck about this test. Tsunade's sweat dropped at this. The other is that he is waiting for something, but what can it be? Tsunade turned to the field again. Interesting. Well, let's see and find out. Back on the training field, Sakura was throwing punches right and left, knowing that one landed hit will definitely end the test. Damn. Kakashi thought. One mistake and I'm done for. Better be careful. With that thought, he pulled his headband up and revealed his precious Sharingan eye. Seeing this, Naruto finally pushed himself off the post. Finally! He sighed. Took you long enough. With that, he started to slowly walk toward the fight. With Sharingan activated, the Jonin could easily predict Sakura's movements. One sloppy punch was enough for him to turn the tide. Kakashi just caught girl's arm by the wrist and threw her into a tree. Huff huff, well that's one. He turned left where Naruto stood with his hands in pockets. And one more to go. Do you think you can take me on by yourself? Naruto smirked. Yep. I can and I will. His smile grew. And that's the bottom line, because Naruto said so. With that he did one hand sign. Sharingan could see it all. The blonde boy's chakra started to flow much faster. What the hell is he doing? Trying to understand more, he closed his normal eye and concentrated on the other one harder. Now, thought Naruto, and flared his chakra in all directions. Ayahergarg. Kakashi screamed and clutched his blinded eye. In the bushes, the Sanins could not believe what they just saw. Jiraiya! What was that? What has he done? I don't know. The old man could not believe that he was saying this. I really don't know. Meanwhile, on the training field, Naruto disappeared, and reappeared behind Kakashi in a crouched position. Come on, come on, come on! The genin waited for his first mentor to turn around, and soon his patience was rewarded. Arg, little bastard, what has he done to me? Fuck, it hurts. When I get him, I'll make him regret ever becoming a shinobi. Where is? To Naruto's great pleasure, that was the exact moment Kakashi decided to turn around. Heads up. Naruto jumped high in the air and grabbed Kakashi's head. Hey Jiraiya. Isn't this? Yeah, that's the move that knocked me out. Gotta find some counter. He thought. In the meantime, Kakashi was occupied with thoughts of his own. Shit. Quick Kawarimi, what didn't work? Oh fuck. End of thoughts. Naruto jumped up and smiled at his handiwork. Well, that should do it. Could have taunted him some more and perform 1,000 years of pain, but sticking fingers into a guy's ass isn't exactly my thing. After making sure that Jonin was unconscious, the black-clad shinobi crouched down and retrieved a pair of bells from Kakashi's belt. Well, that wasn't so bad, he said, turning to Sakura, who finally succeeded in regaining her posture. Here, catch. With that, Naruto threw one bell to the girl, hitting her right on the forehead. Wow! That hurt. What is? The Hokage student's eyes widened when she saw what hit her. This is a bell, yes, said Naruto, pulling out another can of cola. The pink-haired girl finally understood what happened. Naruto, you, the boy finished her question. Knocked him out, yes? He said, taking a sip from his can. He looked absolutely calm and collected. Damn. He's not even winded. Sakura thought. Congratulations. You did better than I expected. Someone said from behind them. Both teenagers turned around to face two Sanins. Still, I wonder about those techniques you used, Naruto. The Hokage said. Naruto tried to look innocent. What techniques? I don't understand what you're talking about. Tsunade's look hardened. Stop playing games, Naruto. You know what techniques I'm talking about. Naruto sighed. Alright. Fine. What do you want to know? Godame smirked in triumph. First, tell me what you did to Kakashi? Naruto looked at her in confusion. Well, I knocked him out, obviously. A tick mark appeared on Tsunade's forehead. Grr. I meant his eyes. What about them? What have you done to them, damn it? Naruto smiled. Oh, that? He took a sip of cola. Just a little technique I created against Aijutsu users, like Uchiha and Hyuga. What? Naruto, Sakura said, trying not to stutter, but was interrupted again. Created a technique. Yes, she started to really annoy him. Why create such a technique? That was already Jiraiya. Why do you ask such a stupid question? Have you already forgotten who they sent for me? I see. Good point. Jiraiya made a pause, but tell me about the other move. Naruto smirked. Oh. Why would you ask about that? You were my first test subject for that move after all. Naruto chuckled. The Hokage sweat out. Stop joking, Naruto, and tell us about the move already. Jonin's smirk faded. Well, it's called RKO, and it was created especially for people who can't keep themselves out of Kawarimi no Jutsu. That's all I will say. Tsunade narrowed her eyes. Alright, fair enough. Now for your appointment. Godame made a stoic face. Uzumaki Naruto. What? Answer me. Yeah? The Jonin took another drink from his can. Tsunade just shook her head negative. Then she made a stoic face again. Haruna Sakura. Hi. You two together with Itachi Kakashi will make Team Kakashi. Naruto looked behind his back and saw a still unconscious Kakashi, and then looked back at the Hokage. Why Team Kakashi? Want to be a leader, Naruto? Tsunade asked. Said boy thought for a second. Nope, I don't. Then it's settled. Team Kakashi is to be in my office tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Yeah, that's good and all, but what should we do about him? Naruto pointed behind himself. Tsunade looked at unconscious Jonin. Well, by the looks of it, he has a minor concussion. He will be as good as new after a night's sleep. Jiraiya, take him to hospital. With that said, she turned and walked away. Fine. The Toad Sannin said. He walked to Kakashi and pulled him up. Naruto, can you come here for a minute? Naruto shrugged, but still walked to the Sannin. Tell me just one thing, Naruto. Were my teachings not good enough for you? The boy sighed. And tell me, what exactly were you going to teach me? Jiraiya started to sweat. Well, that was an unexpected question. Well, you see, there was that jutsu and... Naruto rolled his eyes. Right. You may stop now. Let's face it, you weren't going to teach me anything. You just wanted to take me out of the village for a while, then discard me at Konoha and leave again like nothing happened. And there's Itachi, who will sooner or later come for my furry little friend and say his favorite. Naruto tried to make his voice sound like Itachi's. Ahem, it's time for you to come with me, Naruto-kun. He coughed a few times to normalize his voice. And what do you think I should say to him? Maybe sure, Itachi-chan, your place or mine? Huh. So you know what you can do? You can take your teachings, shine them up real nice, dust them off, and then, in front of the millions and millions of Naruto fans, you can take your teachings, turn them sideways and stick them straight up your candy ass. I see. Jiraiya said and disappeared in a puff of smoke, leaving two teenagers behind. We're alone, maybe I should? Yeah, go for it, Shinaro. You're right. Sakura walked closer to the blonde-haired boy. Hey Naruto, how about we go and celebrate your return? After 2 seconds of thinking, she added, my treat. Naruto just looked at her, then, without saying a word, he turned around and started to walk with his back to her. I don't understand, is it yes or no? Of course yes, Shinaro. No, he said, and then looked at her over his shoulder. You're annoying. And after that he disappeared into thin air. Sakura's world broke into glass. Chapter 3. It's all about faith and bets. Crash talks, crash thoughts. 20 minutes after the test. Konohagakura's downtown. Our favorite blonde hero was walking on some random street, and also was deep in thoughts. His exact thoughts were, what the fuck should I do now? Of course by that he meant his apartment, or what's left of it. Damn. Where should I wait? I already thought about this. And decided, oh yeah, hook up someone. Woman of course. Now to find one foot. Next 30 minutes he spent in search for his soon-to-be roommate, and found none. Certainly, he didn't need just a roommate, that's because it has to be a woman. And not just any woman, but a one with big, well, you know the drill. Fucking shit. Where are all the girls? He almost screamed in frustration, stopping in front of a small building. Then he looked a little up and saw large letters above the entrance. A restaurant. Come to think of it, I haven't had a breakfast today. Well, as good place as any. Here goes. With that he opened the door and stepped inside the restaurant. 17:30 o'clock. After witnessing the interior decorations, and thinking for about 7 seconds, Naruto realized that he has never been here before. That means they might not know who I am. Good. Yeah, being incognito is good. Especially for someone as popular as him. Actually, I can't remember this place at all. Even better. He walked to the counter and was greeted by a guy in glasses, which looked mysteriously similar to Kabuto. Welcome to the Fried Dragon. My name is Kazuto, how can I help you, sir? Said the guy. Ha 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 ha. Even their voices are the same. And sir means he definitely doesn't know me. Naruto desperately tried to keep straight face and was failing miserably. Good day to you, Kazuto-san, he said, trying not to laugh. I would like to have a humble dinner in your elegant place. Naruto smiled. Of course, sir. Please, this way. Kazuto turned around and started to walk. Being the man who doesn't need to be told twice, Naruto followed the guy, still chuckling a little. Walking through the dining hall, the blonde boy noticed that many tables were empty. I wonder why, our hero thought, just before his eyes fell on one of the tables that were occupied. Well, another set of familiar faces. Indeed, familiar faces they were. Said table was occupied by 3 Jonins. The first one was silently eating, the second was smoking and annoying the first one. Finally, the third was annoying the first, and the second by his constant speeches of youth. As you probably already guessed, they were Kurenai, Asuma, and Guy. Suddenly, when his eyes locked on Kurenai, Naruto remembered his apartment problem. Straight legs, developed breasts, silk hair, pretty face, yet she'll do. He put his hand on Kazuto's shoulder, stopping him in his tracks. The boy in glasses turned around. Something wrong, sir? He asked, looking concerned. Naruto made a fake smile. Nope, it's alright, I'll find my way from here. Kazuto released the breath he was holding. Oh, of course, sir. Please make yourself comfortable. Don't worry, I will. Naruto said, already walking toward Jonin's table. On his way, Naruto noticed Asuma's attempt to impress Kurenai with some jokes. And then I punched him in the face, ha ha ha. Naruto hadn't heard the entire joke. But for Guy not to laugh, it must be extremely bad. And here I thought Guy will laugh, even if you show him a finger middle one. Damn, Asuma is hopeless. I wonder if he's a virgin. Finding this moment as special as any other, he finally decided to show his presence. Good afternoon, Guy-san, Asuma-san, Kurenai-san. Would you mind me joining your group? The blonde boy said, looking at their confused faces. Strangely, the first to recognize him was Guy. Oh. It's Naruto-kun. Your flames of youth burn as brightly as ever. The Jinchuriki raised an eyebrow. Nope, this guy will never change. And Naruto? Is that you? That was already from Kurenai. Wow, now I understand what Hinata saw in him. Seeing her face, Naruto had a thought of his own. Wonderful. The exact reaction I was hoping for. Now to get rid of those 2 foot. The blonde boy noticed Asuma's face that promised something bad. Could be difficult. Great. I like challenges. Finally, Asuma decided to make himself noticeable. Good day, Naruto-kun. Still, Kurenai was near, and politeness was in order. When have you returned? Just today, Asuma-san, and I still haven't got an answer for my question. It took few seconds for Asuma to remember the question. Oh, sure, you can join us, Asuma said, smiling. Naruto looked for possibilities. The place near Kurenai was empty, but after thinking a little, he decided to sit next to Asuma. I thank you for the invitation, he said, and sat down. Since when has he become so polite? Asuma thought. Yash. Naruto-kun, it's good that you joined our youthful meal this beautiful day. Guy almost screamed. Haha. I like this guy. Naruto smiled, but his thoughts were interrupted by Kazuto. Can I have your order, sir? He asked. The blonde boy turned his head. Sure, I'll have. After making his order, Naruto decided it was time to start cooking. Before I can have my meal, I must take something off my shoulders. He turned his head toward the red-eyed woman. Kurenai-san, will you please forgive me? The Jinchuriki said, slightly bowing. The female Jonin was deeply confused. Naruto, why are you apologizing? She asked. What could he do to apologize for? Especially to her? Now's the chance. Naruto looked at the woman, deadly serious. I want to apologize for not noticing before that you are an embodiment of perfection. Damn, I'm good. His last phrase had 3 different reactions. First was Asuma. He actually said nothing, but inside he was fuming. Little bastard. What the hell is he doing? Next was Guy. He, however, made it vocal. Yash. Naruto-kun's flames of youth burn even brighter than before. He screamed in a sitting nice guy pose. What you're attempting is not so youthful though. But he decided not to announce that, and Kurenai, she just blushed. What the hell? I'm the fucking ice queen of Konoha. And this boy, made me blush with just few words. Stop blushing, damn it. The red-eyed woman with all her power of will tried to suppress her blush, and did it after 2 minutes. Itadakimasu. Naruto's order finally arrived. Now to wait for something to happen. He thought, enjoying his 5-hour late breakfast. 9 minutes later something did happen. Where is my eternal rival? He is too late, even for his habits. Maybe something happened? Naruto knew exactly who Guy was talking about and also his fate. Guy-san. If you're waiting for Kakashi, then I have bad news for you. Guy looked concerned. What happened? He struggled to not stand up. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. He just had a little trauma during our training. We'll be as good as anew tomorrow, but today he's unavailable. Naruto smirked. Guy calmed down a little. Well, that is unfortunate. We were going to break the tie today. Can you believe it? It's 580 to 580 already. The blonde boy's sweat dropped. Damn. This guy is a maniac. But then a sudden crazy idea found her way to his head. Yes. That's it. Idiotic idea, excellent. Just what I need. He decided to act now. He made an apologizing smile. Well, it seems like you were waiting for this guy-san. And it will be very unyouthful of me to deny you your pleasure. Everyone made a confused face. What do you mean by that, Naruto-kun? The green-clad Jonin asked. What I mean is because I knocked Kakashi out, he could not compete with you. So it will be only polite of me if I will take his place. A substitution, if you will. All Jonins, even Guy himself, looked at him as if he was an alien. And Naruto, you must be Joe. Kurenai tried to reason with the genin, but a loud scream interrupted her. Yash! Naruto-kun's flames of youth burns even brighter than my own. I will defeat you today, or I will walk 100 laps around Konoha on my hands. He stood up and made a nice guy pose. That's a promise. His teeth sparkled. The blonde boy smiled. That's a promise, huh? Heard that somewhere but don't remember where. Guy. You can't be serious. He's just a boy. The female Jonin tried to reason them once again. That phrase made said boy a little angry. A boy, huh? Well, wait until tonight. I will show you how much of a boy I am. Of course he didn't say it out loud. No need to worry about me, Kurenai-san. He turned to Guy. Now if I remember correctly, you're choosing the type of competition on turns, so which turn is it? That shocked taijutsu specialist a little. It's mine actually. Fine with me, so what will it be? To Kurenai's Naruto looked absolutely calm. Well, I was going to challenge Kakashi to a taijutsu only match, but since... No! It's okay. Taijutsu match it is then. Naruto exclaimed, still perfectly calm. Asuma looked at the Jinchuriki skeptically. Pretty confident, are you? The smoking Jonin laughed. What makes you think that you can beat Konoha's best taijutsu expert in a hand-to-hand combat? That made Kurenai angry and even Guy a little uneasy. But Naruto only smiled. Please, have more faith in me, Asuma-san, or you forgot that I have been training for 3 years under a Sannin. Asuma's eyes widened. He surely didn't remember. Well, I didn't actually, but they need not to know that. Well, that does not make you a Sannin, Beardy Man said, trying not to lose the leftovers of his cool. Thank God it doesn't. Naruto thought. A perverted loser, an old drunk with a gambling addict, and I'm afraid to even say, a mixed-sex creature, that likes to sleep with snakes and little boys. Sure. Every wants to be like them. The black-clad shinobi made a pause in his thoughts. I don't even understand, is the Sannin name supposed to mean something? If my memory is correct, they received that title for pathetically losing a 3-on-1 battle. For all rights and wrongs, I would be ashamed of such title. Then he made an evil smile. But that just gave me an idea how to get rid of this walking lung cancer factory. How rude, Asuma-san. Well, then how about we make a bet? If I win this match, then you're gonna do what I say, and if I lose, then, well, he thought for a moment. No, I won't do what you say, you piece of trash. I'll give you 1,000 Ryo. Deal. Asuma smiled. Of course. There is no way he could lose. Well, let's do this then, Naruto said, getting up. This won't end well. Kurenai muttered, getting up as well. 10 minutes later. Random training ground. Yash. Let's give it our best, Naruto-kun. I wish you luck. Guy took the Gukken stance. Same to you, Guy-san. The blonde boy answered, taking his own stance which looked almost exactly like Guy's own. The only two things that were different is that Naruto took a left stance instead of right, and his front arm was not pointed up, like Guy's, but was straight, and pointed down. Now that's strange. I've never seen such stance, and that tells something. Taijutsu Master thought. I wonder what style you're going to use, Naruto-kun. Of course you are, but Naruto smirked. Nope, not telling. Jonin's look saddened a little. Well, then let us begin. He said quietly and rushed forward. Nearby, two other Jonins had their own conversation. Ha ha ha, seeing how Naruto tried to block Guy's strikes put a mocking smile on Asuma's face. That'll teach the little runt not to show off in adult's world, right, Kurenai-chan? Because of his really sensitive hearing, Naruto actually managed to hear this even in the middle of the fight. Damn, this guy is stupid. Well, if I understand women, and if he wants to do what I'm gonna do, that was a wrong thing to say. True to his words, the raven-haired woman turned to her colleague with a challenging look. Is that so, Asuma? Then I would like a bet too. That shocked him a little, but then shock was replaced by eagerness. Alright, what's on stake? Yep, Asuma was really excited. He was waiting so long for this chance. Kurenai made a thinking pose. If I win, then you won't bother me for a month. The woman exclaimed, smiling evilly. Beardy man gulped. But he's going to win this for sure. Alright, but his smile became almost sinister. But if I win, you owe me a week of dates. Chibi Asuma was jumping up and down inside of his head, smelling victory already. Damn persistent bastard. But Kurenai was not a backing down type of woman. Okay. Deal. With this she turned her attention back to the fight. The fight itself progressed slowly, but surely. It went for 12 minutes already, but still nothing really happened. Naruto continued to block almost all of youth followers' strikes, missing only real minor ones. Why is he not striking back? I made several mistakes for sure. Why didn't he use them? Couldn't? No, that's not it. I know he could. Judging by his movement, he could use every single one of them, then why didn't he? Is he waiting for something? He stopped his assault, and took his stance again, panting a little. Naruto stood before him, exactly like he was standing in the beginning of the fight. Is he trying to wear me out? No, that's stupid, and he knows that. And what's with this style? I just can't break through. Damn. That's it. Guy's curiosity finally took the upper hand. What an interesting fighting method you're using, Naruto-kun. Care to explain how it works? Guy heard all kinds of stories from Kakashi about a talentless boy named Naruto, and about his short temper. A temper Guy hoped to witness right now, but Naruto's answer left him with his jaw on the floor. Wait a minute, Guy-san, let me get this straight. You want a shinobi, in the middle of the fight, to explain to his opponent how his style works? Sorry, Guy-san, but are you stupid, or what? The Jonin could not make a straight word. And that's a loudmouth loser I kept hearing about. If that was true, then he would have told me everything right away. And now he thinks I'm an idiot. Then he came to a logical conclusion. I'll fucking kill Kakashi. Suddenly he remembered that he was still in the middle of the fight. Okay, let's take it up a notch. Yash. Very good, Naruto-kun. Let's see how you handle this. With that he took off his weights and threw them away. Ah, that's better. Now shall we continue? Guy rushed forward again. Chibi Asuma started a victory dance. There is no way Naruto could win this now. The man turned his attention to the raven-haired woman. You should get ready for our date, Kurenai-chan, he stated with a smile. Kurenai haven't even turned his way. She just smirked and continued to watch the strength display. Asuma turned his head to the competitors. What's so in tear? He could not finish his speech after what he saw. Guy was almost invisible with the speed he was using, but that itself wasn't unusual. The green-clad Jonin was famous for his incredible speed in almost all major countries. The unusual part was that he still couldn't land a good hit on Naruto. The blonde boy even almost stopped blocking. He dodged all kicks and nearly all punches. Guy could not believe it. This is crazy. Yeah, under some circumstances even he is allowed to say such lines. I don't understand. He cannot be faster than me. It must be his style. That his line of thoughts was interrupted by Naruto, who finally decided to take offense. A quick low kick to his left knee, a swift roundhouse kick to the back of his head, and Guy's body was lying on the grass. I haven't even seen it, but that was just a single mistake. He jumped to his feet and charged at his opponent again, but was stopped with a peerless kick to the stomach. What the hell was that? He tried again and again, but never succeeded. Instead of blocking or dodging, Naruto started to counter every one of his strikes. Now Guy wasn't really a complaining person, but everyone has their deadlines though. Very good, Naruto-kun. You are a worthy opponent indeed. I think I can fight you with all my strength. With that he crossed arms in front of his face and started gathering chakra. Naruto's eyes widened behind his sunglasses. Shit! He's opening the fucking celestial gates. Probably for his revenge. He tried to analyze the situation. Can't block, can't dodge, have to counter now. How to counter such a move? Got to think fast, don't have much time. RKO maybe no, don't want to show this to everyone, then what else? The Jinchuriki made a deep breath. Relax. Think straight. Gotta be unpredictable, must counter before the kick. Now what will he definitely won't expect me to do while making a mad rush at me? Then it came to him. Of course. Another idiotic idea, exactly what you need against someone like Guy. Even if this won't work, I must totally try it. Meanwhile, Guy ended the process of releasing first gates and prepared to act. Ready, Naruto-kun? Naruto smirked. Ready as I'll ever be, he replied. Then let's give our all to the springtime of youth. Guy ran forward with maximum speed. And then something truly unpredictable happened. Naruto also rushed forward. Guy tried to stop the attack. It shouldn't be used against a running opponent. But he did not make it, as Naruto came really close with his right hand glowing slightly yellow. Shit! Can't block, were his last thoughts before the strike came. Kuksotao ni Tsupari. Quarter demonic thrust. As you can guess, Naruto threw his glowing palm right in the middle of Guy's stomach. The result was incredible. The Jonin went flying, and what a fly it was. He might have even flown through the entire training ground if a tree didn't stop him. Naruto and two other Jonins immediately rushed toward their downed comrade. When they made it, he was still lying where he fell, seemingly unconscious. Damn, looks like I overdid a little, Naruto said, scratching the back of his head. Two Jonins looked at him with wide eyes. Naruto, what the hell was that? Kurenai asked. Was that a ninjutsu? Asuma added, not forgetting about the bets he made. The blonde boy smirked. Nope, it was just a slightly powered palm thrust. What, slightly powered? Are you nuts? You could have killed him with that, and I think Naruto interrupted Asuma's rant. It doesn't matter what you think, he said in slightly commanding tone. Asuma scowled, and Kurenai giggled. The fact of the matter is this. That was a taijutsu and Gai-sen needs help. Right, we have to bring him to the hospital, Asuma said, trying to look concerned. Naruto smirked. This brings me to remember that you lost our bet. Damn little bastard. Alright, Naruto. What do you want me to do? And don't ask something humiliating. The Jinchuriki took a glance at the only woman nearby. Now to look generous. No, Asuma-san. I just wanted to ask you to bring Gai-sen to the hospital and say that he was fighting you instead of me, and we're good. That confused Asuma. Why do you want me to do that? I mean about the fight? Well, what do you think they will assume if I tell them it was me? Good point. Alright, I'll do it, Beardy Jonin said and picked Guy up. Naruto turned and started walking toward the village. Thank you, Asuma-san. Ja-ni. Sure, see ya. Well, off I go, but before he could jump away, a red-eyed woman stepped in his way with an evil smile. Before you leave, Asuma, don't forget that you lost to me too. With that she turned around and walked after Naruto. Darn. Double darn. Asuma muttered and jumped off. 15 minutes later. Konoha village. Well, see you around, Naruto. Kurenai waved to him and started walking away. Kurenai-san, actually I have yet to celebrate my return. And it will be to my extreme pleasure if you will accompany me to, well, wherever place you wish. My treat, the boy said, smiling and even bowing slightly. She took a thinking pose. So polite, is this, Naruto? Well, it's not like I have something better to do. Sure, why not? Where should we go? Naruto smirked. May I suggest something? He asked. Of course, lead the way. Hope he doesn't bring me to that ramen stand he so liked. Center of Konoha village. 10 minutes later, when they finally arrived, Kurenai felt two things, relief and awe. Relief was because it wasn't a ramen stand, and awe because it was the Falling Leaf, the most expensive restaurant in the entire village. Only council members and rich villagers could allow themselves to have a meal there. Of course, she has never been there. And Naruto, you can't be serious. Even all our money won't be enough to even walk in there, she explained. If that was some kind of joke, then it was a bad one. The blonde genin only smirked and grabbed her hand. No worries. Let's go. When they walked inside, Naruto noticed rich interior, few candles, and a man behind the counter with the stupidest mustaches he has ever seen. Damn, what's with these restaurants? First Kabuto lookalike and now this. Come on, Kurenai-san, let's go. He pulled the woman to the counter. The man behind the counter decided to speak first. Do you have an appointment, sir? He said, trying to look like some aristocrat. Naruto smirked. Of course not, dear sir. Now the man even tried to add some accent. Then I must ask you to leave. We serve only for appointed people. Genin's smirk turned into an evil smile. Of course we'll leave, sir. Kurenai looked down at this. For some moment Naruto even made her believe sure, like any other girl she had her dreams. And one of them was to get inside of this restaurant. But first, can I ask you a question? The woman looked up again. What was he going to ask? I hope he won't make us look stupid. You may ask. The man said, still loyal to his attitude. How long do you work here? Naruto asked with the same smile on his face. If that will satisfy you, I'm working here for over 13 years. That sure did satisfy me, Naruto said and walked closer to the counter. Then he pushed his sunglasses a little down. You know that I'm the QB, right? And with that he leaked some killing intent. Kurenai had to admit that even she was a little scared now. That man must be pissing himself right now. Well? Am I appointed person now? Then he realized that the poor idiot probably even forgot his own name right now, so he readjusted his sunglasses and stopped the killing intent. Man's legs could not hold him any longer, and he fell on his lower back. Naruto looked at him over the counter. Well? Restaurant worker's face showed nothing but fear. Why yes, of FC Cours SESSS sir. You may enter. The genin stood straight. Thank you. Then he turned to his companion. Well, off we go. I can't believe it. He just that simple, Kurenai thought in awe. Where should we go? There we go. He took her arm and pulled her to a single unoccupied table. Well, can I? He pushed her chair for her. Well, aren't you a gentleman? Kurenai sat down slowly. Still, what you did wasn't right. Naruto smirked. Maybe, but it always works. They both laughed at this, and then a waiter came. May I have your order? By the look he gave Naruto, the man definitely knew him. Of course you may. I'll have fried chicken with mushrooms and a bottle of the most expensive wine you have. Oh, almost forgot, and everything this beautiful lady wants. Kurenai's eyes widened. Everything I want? Is he crazy? Even a glass of water here costs like an A-ranked mission. The waiter turned to her. Well, a diet salad. Right away. The restaurant worker said and turned around, but before he could walk away, Naruto's hand caught his wrist. Oh, I forgot the most important part. The Jinchuriki pulled his sunglasses down again. If something will happen to our food, then I will kill your entire family in front of you. With that he released his grip, and waiter ran away in fear. Was this really necessarily Naruto? The red-eyed woman asked. Naruto's look darkened. Have you seen the way he looked at me? He made a pause. Right, he knew. Then he turned to happy mode again. And that way nothing will happen with our food. I see. She smiled. Well, then tell me about your journey with Jiraiya-sama. Naruto made a sheepish smile. Well, it's not exactly. 2 hours later, and after beating this jabroni, I decided it was time to come back home. Naruto exclaimed, finishing fourth bottle of wine. Kurenai, despite her drunken state, haven't missed how Naruto said home. Well, is this it? Yep, pretty much. He shrugged. Not, but I think I'll skip a few details. Then tell me, were you serious about what you said back in the Fried Dragon? The woman asked teasingly. Naruto tried to remember what he said. Oh, you mean about yep, every word. The female Jonin laughed. I didn't know you had it in you, Naruto-kun, but am I not too old for you? She tried to tease again. Naruto smirked. Well, I'm actually into older women. You're so sweet. Time 2200 hours. Entrance of Suna village, Deidara. Have you finally captured the Jinchuriki? Yes, Sasori no Dana, here he is, He pointed at the clade bird, floating nearby. Took you long enough. You know I hate waiting. Yeah, have you prepared your traps? Of course. My preparations are always great. Well, let's go then. 2 men in cloaks with red clouds left the village of hidden sand. What they did not notice was a small silhouette that appeared near the place of their conversation. I must tell Naruto-sama about this. With that the silhouette disappeared in shadows once again. Time 22:30. Kurenai's apartment, 1 hour later. I can't believe this. I came 4 times already, and he didn't even once. Screw the reputation. I must at least make him come. During last hour they did it in almost all positions known to them. And now she was bumping up and down on top of him again. Kurenai panted heavily. Damn. If he won't come soon, then I might even black out. G.U.H. Naruto muttered in ecstasy. Shit. Yes. God, yes. Kurenai screamed. He wrapped his arms around her, pulling her closer to him, and started thrusting upwards as quickly as he could. Finally he felt it. Oh fuck. Here it comes. Do it. Ah. With a loud roar, Naruto released large amount of his hot seed deep inside her. The feeling of his semen filling her up pushed raven-haired woman over the edge once again, and that was it. She could not take it anymore. Her eyes rolled into the back of her head, and she fell on top of him losing conscious. Naruto panted. The feeling of her body convulsing around him will not be something he would soon forget. Huff huff, damn, she's good. Only 2 more could withstand this. He put his hands behind his head. Well, good night. He closed his eyes only to open them again next second. Fuck. I totally forgot. He gently and slowly pushed naked and exhausted woman off of him, and got out of bed. Where are those pants? There. He dressed quickly, and went to the bedside. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. With that he kissed her forehead, and then disappeared in a flash of black. Time 2 o'clock. Unknown location. Naruto reappeared in some cave. Well, looks like I made it. Next moment 2 silhouettes appeared before him. Greetings, Naruto Dano, said one that seemed to be a large man. Hi, Naruto-kun. The second was definitely a woman. Yeah? It's nice to see you too. He muttered. How was your homecoming? Asked the man. Naruto stretched his neck. Refreshing. The woman looked slightly angry. I see hooked up someone already, she said dangerously. Why, how did you? Bah, no matter. Now for the, our current course, the large man said. Right. Now that I'm back, we only have to wait for. He was interrupted by another silhouette that appeared in the cave. Naruto-sama. I have urgent news. The figure kneeled. Well, let's hear it then. The Kazekage. He has been captured by the Akatsuki. The messenger said. Naruto turned back to the first two people, arching an eyebrow. Well, what can I say, the waiting was short. You know what to do, he said to them. Hi. They said in unison and disappeared from the cave. What about me, Naruto-sama? The messenger asked. The Jinchuriki turned around. Oh yes, you are to return to Suna and expect my arrival. Messenger's eyes widened. You're going to visit Suna, Naruto-sama? Yep. They will definitely send me on a mission to retrieve Kazekage for Suna. He answered. Sorry my lord, but why will they send you? Well, they'll have to send someone, because of the alliance. So Tsunade will send me because she thinks only I can do these kinds of things. And the council will approve, because they want me dead anyway. You have your orders. Now be a good girl and return before the sunrise. Hi. The messenger girl disappeared. Well, it's time for me to return as well, he said and disappeared in a flash of black. Chapter 4. The action begins. Crash. Talks. Crash. Thoughts. Time 8:41. Kurenai's apartment. Yuhi Kurenai was not a morning person. Yep, she did not like to wake up early, yet she did. Of course, beauty requires sacrifices. So every day the red-eyed Jonin woke up at 7 o'clock, or even earlier, to do morning exercises, refreshing shower, makeup, etc. But not today. Damn right. She felt too damn good for it. There was something strange with her legs, and her head felt very light and cozily buried into something comfortable. Warm, she said, still half asleep. Then it dawned on her. Wait a minute, too warm. Sleepiness away, Kurenai slowly opened her eyes, and saw a chest man's chest. I see you're awake. A familiar voice said. The raven-haired woman looked slightly up, only to meet face to face with one and only Uzumaki Naruto's sunglasses and necklace on. Yo! He said, bringing up his only free hand with a can of cola in it. It took all her willpower not to scream. And Naruto? What are you doing in my bed? Naruto only smirked. What? Forgot already? By the way, have I told you that you're sexy when you stutter? Her memories hit her like a ton of rocks. She clutched her head. Ooh yeah, sorry. It's not usual for me to wake up with a man in my bed. Naruto's smirk widened. Well, get used to it, he exclaimed, getting out of the bed. Kurenai's eyebrows rose. What? You don't remember that either? Well, then I guess I'll have to refresh your memory a little. The Jinchuriki stood up and turned to her. You said I can stay with you. After suppressing the will to nosebleed from witnessing Naruto's form dressed only in sunglasses and necklace in front of her, the female Jounin was a little confused. Well, it's okay with me if you want to stay, especially after last night. But don't you have your own? Oh right, you don't. Indeed, everyone, or at least almost everyone, knew about the sad fate of Naruto's ex-apartment house. It was hard not to notice a burning house in the middle of the village, when people were screaming about horrible demons, and in which cruel ways their lives must end. Exactly, I don't wear my fucking pants. Naruto looked around the room but could not find them. How should I? Oh, there they are. Where? Look up. And look up he did, only to find his pants hanging down from the fan. How did they get there? He asked, trying to get them down. How should I know? I only remember being on the fan myself. She blushed a little. Naruto smiled. Yep, that was nice. Wanna go another round? Kurenai smirked back. Maybe. Heh, well then he started to unzip his pants back when knocking on the door interrupted him. Fuck. And that promised to be a great morning. Kurenai was a little angry herself, but it just couldn't be helped. Hey, can you please open the door? She asked. No worries, Naruto said with a smile and went to the door. Meanwhile, outside Kurenai's apartment house. Alright, we're here. For Team 8 this morning has proven to be unusual already. Why, you ask? Because their sensei Yuhi Kurenai was an hour late to their team meeting, and she was never late. Yep, the red-eyed woman was very proud of herself always being the first to arrive, and now she was late for an hour. That was really strange, especially when she appointed the meeting herself. Still, what could hold her for so long? Asked a boy that was riding a dog. Large canines and face paint identified him as a member of the Inuzuka clan. Mission might she has, answered his partner, who was covered in clothes from head to toe. No way. Then she would have told us. Ayano, and maybe Kurenai-sensei does not feel well. The only girl in group finally spoke. Maybe, let's find out. They were already within reach of the door, when Kiba suddenly stopped. What's wrong, Kiba-kun? Hinata asked with concern on her face. She became even more concerned, when he stuttered, for the first time in his life. That SC sent it cannot be, but there is no mistaking it. With shaking hand, he reached for the door, with Naruto. If that's not important, then I'm gonna smash heads. Our favorite Jinchuriki stated, walking to the door. Who the hell is it? With that he opened the door only to see a dumbfounded Team 8. Oh, it's you guys. What are you doing here so early? Kurenai's subordinates stared at him wide-eyed. Naruto was back. Stupor chose to leave Kiba first. Naruto. It's good to see ya, man. When did you come back? Akamaru decided to also greet the blonde boy with excited arf. Naruto scratched the back of his head. Well, yesterday, if I remember correctly. Awesome. Man, you'll have to tell me all about your journey. Yeah, good to see you it is, Naruto. Said someone in the hood. Who are Shino? Is that you? Yes, I am it is. He answered quietly. Damn. Call the fashion police. Besides, isn't it too hot in all this clothes? It's tolerable. Well, whatever you say, and he turned to the last member of Team 8. Well, if it isn't Hinata. How have you been? Naruto asked, giving her a wink, but Hinata could not answer. Oh no, that one moment her mind was occupied by problems of global scale. Oh my god! Naruto-kun is back, Naruto-kun is shirtless, Naruto-kun is shirtless, in front of me. And even winking at me. What should I do? Oh god, time to show the results of my hard training. She concentrated real hard, and even bit her lip a little. Don't faint, don't faint, don't faint, don't faint. It took all her will, but she indeed didn't faint. Actually, that was mostly because of one fact that came already to the entire Team 8. What a shirtless Naruto was doing at Kurenai-sensei's apartment. Was their mutual thought. Who is it? They heard a sound of still somewhat sleepy Kurenai's voice. Oh, it's your fucking team. Naruto answered to her. Who? And then she came out, but unlike her new roommate, who had at least his pants on, she was dressed only in a blanket, which barely hid her body. Of course, Kiba had an almost fatal nosebleed immediately, and even Shino tried to hide his face deeper under his hood. The only one who had different reaction was Hinata, and after seeing her eyes, Kurenai knew why. Oh no, Hinata, it's not what you think. She tried to get out of this mess, but Naruto thought otherwise. Please, don't give me that. Then he gave Hinata an evil look. It's exactly what you think. This time Kurenai interrupted him. No. Me and Naruto, we just played shogi. Yeah, we just played shogi, and Naruto interrupted her again. And damn, that was good, especially that set on the fan, by the way. Should have seen your face when you lost. Made me very excited about the game, of course, ha. Now if you consider Hyuga Hinata, she was many things. Shy, yes, timid, of course, sweet, absolutely, but she sure as hell wasn't stupid. Kurenai-sensei, why did you do this? She said, already in sobs. Hi DDYYY, how could you do this to me? She finally snapped. Now Kurenai felt extremely bad. Hinata was her favorite student. It should not have to be this way. She opened her mouth to say something apologizing, but Naruto was faster. Wait a minute, to you? Oh no, she did this to me and I like that. Naruto said with an evil smirk. Naruto, what are you? Kurenai tried to ask, but he stopped her by raising his palm. Whoa, hold it. You have nothing to apologize for. He turned to Hinata. It was not Kurenai but me who initiated all this, and I don't remember promising you anything. To tell the truth, I barely even know you. What are you so upset about? Hearing this from Naruto was too much for a timid girl. That resulted in her run away in tears. All remaining members of Team 8 stood with wide eyes, and Naruto, he still had a blank face, as if nothing happened. Why you? You heartless bastard. Kiba spat at Naruto. I will get you for this. With that he ran after Hinata. Pardon, I beg of you, Shino said to Kurenai, and without even sparing a glance at the blonde boy, slowly walked behind his teammates, leaving a shocked Kurenai and Naruto, who still stood with a motionless look. The Jinchuriki was the first to break the silence. Damn, gotta cook something. He turned and left for the kitchen. When red-eyed woman finally snapped out of her stupor, she quickly became angry. Why did you say that to her? She screamed. Do you know that she was in love with you from the academy, and she could go for another hour about Hinata's affection? But Naruto thought otherwise. Of course I knew, and don't scream now. I can hear you pretty well. He opened the refrigerator and started to examine the food. Kurenai's eyes widened. Why, you knew? Then why? That's exactly why. He answered. I don't understand. Naruto sighed. Alright, if you want an explanation, then I shall give it to you. He closed refrigerator's door, then walked to the table and sat down. Well, first of all, let me ask you this, do I look like an idiot? The temptation was too much. You mean back there, or right now? Naruto's sweat dropped. Ha, very funny. Now, think about it. With her stealth skills following me everywhere I went, you thought I never noticed her. Oh please, I knew it was her, and I knew exactly why she was following me. Now, before I tell you why, he pulled out another can of cola out of nowhere. Tell me, do you remember my apartment problem? He opened the jar and took a few gulps. Oh right it is. Now imagine this. I enter the Hyuga compound, come face to face with Hayashi, slap his shoulder, and say, hey, man. What's up? You know I'm gonna crash into your house. You don't mind, right? Huh, the red-eyed woman giggled. Yeah, that would have been funny. Now, point number 2. Even if the skies would have fallen, and Hayashi would have let me stay, he looked at her questionably. Say, did you feel good last night? Kurenai blushed. Well, yeah, but that would not explain. Yeah, I felt good too, and what do you think Hinata would do, if I come and say, hey Hinata, let's do this? Well, fainted or screamed probably. Exactly, and I don't want to deal with this teenage girl crap. Well, that just explains why you came on to me instead of Hinata, But it sure as hell doesn't explain why you had to be so rude to her? Naruto sighed again. Damn. Why am I sighing so much? He asked himself and drank cola again. You just don't get it, do you? Who is Hinata from my point of view? Well, I don't know. Fuck, Kurenai. Hinata is a fangirl. Jonin's eyes widened. No, Hinata, she even in the academy. Naruto interrupted her. Right, in the academy she was a fangirl, not Uchiha's but mine. Now believe me when I say that everything I said was for her own good. He took a drink again. Even if she wasn't a fangirl. Sure, she is a sweet, caring, innocent girl, but did anyone ask me if I want a girl like that? Of course not, but still, let me tell you the answer no. He paused. She doesn't know a shit about me, and I don't really give a damn about her feelings. It would be best for her to find someone who really cares for her, and not chasing me for the rest of her life. Now it was Kurenai who sighed. Actually, you may be right. During the entire time of your absence the only things I heard from her were Naruto-kun this and Naruto-kun that, and what she'll do when you return. Maybe, it was for her own good. The genin smiled. I'm glad you saw the light. He emptied the cola can and stood up. Now, if I remember correctly, moving towards her he threw an empty can over his shoulder, right into a garbage can. We were somewhat interrupted. What are you? That moment he grabbed her and put over his shoulder. Peep, nice said, with Hinata. After just receiving a rejection, one Hyuga heiress could be spotted crying near the river. Hinata! Kiba's voice echoed through the area. He ran as fast as he could to catch up with her. Of course, he had feelings for her for a long time, and now, with Naruto out of the line, maybe he can finally express them. There you are. How are you feeling? Her answer was not promising. Sob, why? Why her? Why not me? Sob. Kiba became a little angry after this. That bastard. Who does he thinks he is? I'm gonna kick his ass. He shouted, but 2 seconds later realized that Hinata was not listening to him. She was still sitting near the river, hugging her knees now. I loved him, I really loved him. Why didn't he notice me? I tried so hard, I wanted it so hard. Time to make a move, Kiba. He thought. Hinata, you know Naruto is a blonde asshole. Yeah, but but she gave him no chance to finish. Hinata's eyes burned with fire. I know, she exclaimed, looking with confidence of a Kage. It must be that bitch's fault. I wanted him for so long, and now he returns even more handsome and powerful. Then she quickly comes around, seducing him, or maybe even the girl quickly jumped to her feet. Of course. How could I not think of this earlier? She must have pulled a rank on him. Yes, that's it. That has to be it. No matter how strong he is, he's still a genin. He must obey higher ranks' orders. Don't worry, Naruto-kun. I'll save you from this. And then reality cast its shadow down on the girl. Damn, I'm still a chunin. I can't compete with her here yet. But I won't give up. I will become strong, and I will save Naruto-kun no matter the cost, even if I have to become Hokage to do it. With that she turned around and started to run away. Oi, Hinata, wait. Kiba tried to stop her. Oh, sorry, Kiba-kun. I'll have to train now. Bye. After that, Kiba just stood there with wide eyes until the buzzing sound behind put him out of his stupor. Kiba turned around. Ashino? Did you? Yes. Everything I've heard and a problem we have, I believe. Kiba stared at the place where Hinata just sat with a sad look. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Time 10:45. Outside of Kurenai's apartment. Oh yeah. That was nice. Naruto stretched and started to walk in the direction of Hokage Tower. Maybe I should use roofs. He thought. Yeah, that would be much faster and with less possible encounters. He then jumped high and landed on a random roof. Well, off I go. Naruto started to jump from one roof to another, closing to the Hokage Tower with high speed. Stop right there, Yao. The Jinchuriki almost fell off of the roof, trying to stop. Who the hell is it? He yelled and turned around to see Asuma, who appeared before him. Are you waiting for me, or you just like the view? Asuma said nothing. Well, if you don't need me, I'll be of. Naruto prepared to jump off, when the Jounin finally made up his mind. What have you done to Kurenai? He yelled. Naruto smirked. So that's what this all about. Oh, many things. You'd better ask her if you want more detailed explanation though. In an instant, Asuma appeared by his side and grabbed him by the collar of his jacket. I said, what have you done to her? He repeated in a little more commanding tone. Naruto's smirk widened. You don't know how it's called? Okay, I'll explain. He cleared his throat. You see, when a man likes a woman, but he was not allowed to finish, as Asuma pushed him into a wall. Don't play games with me, Naruto. I know exactly what you did in her room. Naruto looked confused. Then why are you asking? The Jounin became even angrier. Because she could not let you do this in her right mind. Naruto smiled evilly. Oh ho ho. Asuma-chan is jealous. He exclaimed. You mean, why she chose me instead of you? Damn right. I'm a Jounin, stronger, smarter, more experienced, and, ha! Yeah, you just have to tell that yourself more often. What? Do you really believe that? Naruto said, chuckling. What do you mean? The Jonin sighed. Well, if you're asking this, then the smarter part is out of the question already. Now in modern shinobi world, rank means nothing, and for the stronger part. He grabbed Asuma's hand, which was still holding onto his jacket, then twisted it and threw the Jonin away. I guess you give yourself too much credit, bastard. Naruto readjusted his jacket. Oh really? Then consider this. You, a 32-year loser, who smoke on his every step and oblivious to a word shave an eye. Young, strong, handsome, gallant, and with a good sense of fashion. I think the choice is obvious. Asuma got up. You don't actually think that I'll let it slide? The black-clad ninja sighed again. Look, jabroni, I would love to taunt you some more, but I have an appointment with the Hokage. Well, I guess you will miss it. The Jonin yelled and ran straight at Naruto. Take this. He threw a punch that Naruto easily dodged by sidestepping. Stupid. The Jonin said and jumped, grabbing Asuma's head. A quickly approaching roof floor was the last thing he saw before sweet unconsciousness took him. Naruto towered above the fallen Jonin. How did he even manage to become a Jonin? Then he kneeled slowly before him and with a much more dark and sinister voice, I know you must be unconscious right now, but I'll say it anyway. He leaned closer. I remember everything. And with that he disappeared. Time 10:58. Hokage office. 2 Sanins, 1 assistant and 2 members of Team Kakashi occupied Hokage's office now. There was also an atmosphere of annoyance, slowly turning into anger. Where is this damn Naruto? The world's greatest, and only, Kunoichi with pink hair yelled at the top of her lungs. Stop screaming, Sakura. Tsunade said, and of course Sakura was silent immediately. It's actually a good thing he's late, because there is something that I wanted to say to both of you, she said with a serious face. What would that be, master? Sakura dared to ask. Tsunade looked up. It's about Naruto. Kakashi narrowed his eyes. Please continue, he said. Yes. I wanted to tell you that Naruto have not trained under Jiraiya these 3 years. Kakashi and Sakura almost stopped breathing. What do you mean he hasn't trained under you? Kakashi shouted at Jiraiya. The Sannin looked down and closed his eyes. Exactly what it sounds. He then looked straight at the Jonin. He escaped from me and was missing all this 3 years. How? No matter. The Hokage answered. What I'm about to ask you might not like it very well. And what would that be? Kakashi asked. I'm going to ask you to report to me about all his actions, she said with a stoic face. Why? Sakura tried to ask, but was interrupted by Kakashi. Understood. Chunin Kunoichi's jaw dropped to the floor. Kakashi-sensei. You can't be serious. You're going to spy on Naruto. Yes, and you're going to help me. Don't get me wrong, Sakura. This is just an order from a superior officer. Who are you to question it? Yes, but, no buts. This was already Tsunade. You will watch him carefully and report anything worth reporting. Understood? Hi. The pink-haired girl answered hesitantly. That was the exact moment when the door opened, and Naruto entered the picture. Ow, what's with that serious look? He paused. Or have you decided to start without me? Actually, Tsunade started. I was beginning to think about this, seeing that you're even later than Kakashi. The Jinchuriki's sweat dropped. Yeah, settlement problems. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the time for our first mission as a team again. Cheer up. No one even smiled. Well, fuck you then. He walked closer to the desk. So, about that mission. Someone's impatient, I see. Jiraiya taunted. Nope, just want to get this over with so I don't have to witness your ugly painted loser face anymore. Naruto threw back. Why, you little, enough Jiraiya. Tsunade commanded. Needless to say, Jiraiya shut up immediately. Your first mission will be an escort mission. Jiraiya smirked. Shizen released the breath she was holding. Kakashi was stoic as usual. Sakura looked determined, and Naruto narrowed his eyes. I see. So she doesn't know yet. Gotta stall for time. He looked at the Hokage. A C-rank mission? The Jonin asked. The slug mistress almost dared him to argue with her. Yes, it is. You have a problem with that? Naruto took a thinking pose. You know, I've been off this teamwork stuff. So I think it would be better to start off with some D-rank missions maybe? Perhaps even meteorite crashed into the center of the village could not put the occupants of Hokage's office out of their shock. Did he just say? Either this is the case, or I'm starting to hear things and actually I think it's the later. Their shock was completely understandable. The hell must be freezing over. Uzumaki Naruto asked for a D-rank mission. What? He asked. Should I start reporting already? Said a still shocked Kakashi. Why do you want a D-rank mission, Naruto? The Hokage asked. Why you ask? He smiled. Well, think about it. One D-rank mission takes no more than a few hours, and one C-rank can last even a month. Now if you compare their payment, it's not such a big difference. So why should I spend an entire month when I can work for a few hours and be off with my business? The shock again. No one even thought of this. Still Tsunade came up with something, but C-rank missions are more prestigious. Sure they are. Then let people who want prestige to complete them. Slug Sanin's eyes narrowed. Don't you want to be a Hokage anymore? No. Well, yes I do, but damn, this is bad. Must think of something. But to his happiness, destiny decided to relieve him of that burden. Tsunade-sama! Tsunade-sama! Emergency message from Suna village! A very disturbed descriptor ran into the room. Phew, saved by the bell. Thought Naruto. After reading the letter, Hokage's face became extremely concentrated. What does it say, Tsunade-sama? Shizen asked with obvious concern in her voice. Tsunade put the letter down and closed her eyes. Suna's Kazekage has been kidnapped by the Akatsuki. How horrible! To everyone's surprise, that was from Naruto. Tsunade's eyes opened. Team Kakashi. The situation has changed. Your next mission will be to go to Suna village and report anything you will find. You're to leave immediately. Hi! They all said in unison and ran out of the Hokage office. What do you think, Jiraiya? He knew even before he entered this room. I thought so, but when did he? I mean, the watching party said that he was in the village all day, and all night? Hermit's eyes narrowed. Two options. First, he's working with the Akatsuki and knew all along. This version is almost impossible, seeing as they want him dead. But hey, when someone says that something couldn't happen, he's most definitely wrong. And the second one? Somebody told him obviously, but even if that's true, it does not change the fact that we still have nothing. You're right. I guess we'll have to wait a little more then. With Naruto, newly appointed Team Kakashi was just leaving Konoha Forest. Mission involving Akatsuki. At last. Now we can gather information on Sasuke-kun's whereabouts. Guess who said that? We'll definitely bring Sasuke-kun back to Konoha this time, right Naruto? Said Blonde turned his head to her. Who? Sakura's eyes widened, and Kakashi's narrowed. Oh. Naruto smiled and turned forward again. Sure. Of course we will. Chapter 5. Do you smell it? Crash. Talks. Crash. Thoughts. Time 1743. Forest area. Many people think that wind country is just a plain desert. Maybe it's because forest area and desert area have a straight border. That means when you leave the forest, you enter the desert. And those who don't know exactly think that this is a country border as well. That suspicion is wrong, however. Far from it, actually. The truth is the fire and wind country border lies in the forest deep within it. But they were in allegiance for such a long time that even small towns near the border started to count themselves as a part of fire country, which greatly pleased the fire daimyo. Also, this very border was the one that Team Kakashi was closing to. They recently received an almost impossible task, to save the current Kazekage from Akatsuki. Actually, they only needed to investigate the situation and report back. Bah, who am I kidding? Perhaps the only member of the former Team 7 who gave even the slightest damn about the mission must be blowing off Orochimaru somewhere. If you watch from the side, you'll see that the only excited person in a three-man cell was Sakura, who was no doubt in hopes of receiving some information on her dear Orochimaru's blower Sasuke-kun. I mean, Hatake Kakashi, the reinstated leader of his first genin team, looked deep in thoughts for some reason. Of course you might think that he's dreaming about his Ika books, but this raises a question. Why then he is giving Naruto these strange glances? Speaking about Naruto. Sure, he wore a smile on his face. But if you look closer, you'll see that so far he found this oh-so-dangerous mission as boring as Irika's academy lessons. Fuck. A long travel and with such a nice company. Damn, I swear that if this goes on, then Akatsuki will find me dead. Because I'll kill myself out of this boredom. Then something caught his attention. Wait, do you smell it? He said, looking in the distance. Smell what? Sakura asked in frustration. Damn this fool. He interrupted my thoughts about mine and Sasuke-kun's wedding night. She thought, drooling a little. Naruto smirked. Firstly, stop thinking about having sex with Uchiha. He's gay. Secondly, Sasuke-kun is not gay, Shinaro. She interrupted him. Naruto rolled his eyes. Secondly, if I ever hear Shinaro again, then I'm gonna kill someone. He threw a glare at Sakura, and she gulped. And thirdly, I smell a woman up ahead. Was all Kakashi said. 2 minutes later they caught up with mentioned woman. There she is. Naruto exclaimed. Told ya. Oh, isn't it Temari-san? Sakura asked. Kakashi jumped ahead. Maybe. Let's find out. Temari-san. Having heard a girlish scream behind her, Sabaka no Temari, a proud Jonin of Tsunade, turned around. And when she did, she almost immediately came face to face with 3 Konoha shinobi. 2 of them she recognized at the first sight. Haruno Sakura was her good friend, and Hatake Kakashi was well known throughout the world. Still, the third one gave her no clues about his identity. Who is a man, blonde hair, black clothes? Maybe someone new. But one thing is clear, he sure is hot. The same girlish voice put her out of her wonderings. Temari-san? Are you alright? Oh? Why yes, sorry, so where are you going? And who is your handsome teammate? The Suna Jounin almost slapped her mouth. I didn't say it out loud, did I? Kakashi suddenly became very serious. We're going to, but he was not allowed to finish the phrase. You wish to know who I am? I'll tell you who I am. Naruto shouted. I am the world's one and only the jabroni beating, lalalaleiwa, pie eating, trail blazing, eyebrow raising, elbow dropping, jutsu stopping, and without a shadow of doubt, the best damn Konoha shinobi there ever was, great Uzumaki Naruto. If Kakashi had his book in his arm right now, he would have probably dropped it. What was that? Sakura asked. The Jinchuriki smirked. That, my dear, was the most electrifying introduction in all of shinobi nations. Living with Gaara for the most of her life gave Temari a few useful skills. One of them helped her greatly right now, to hear only the end of the speech. Yuzu Naruto? This is Naruto? No fucking way. He was a little shrimp in orange, and now he damn. She blinked a few times. Uzumaki Naruto? Is this really you? No, I'm Uchiha Itachi under a henge, Temari sighed. Yeah, this is you. She looked up. So, where are you heading? Naruto thought for a second. Oh yeah? We're going to rescue your youngest brother who has been kidnapped by the Akatsuki, he said smiling. Cool ya? The fan wielder played a statue for some moment. What? What do you mean he's been kidnapped? I meant every word I said. Temari almost felt her world broken. And no, this cannot be Gaara, he's captured. And if we won't hurry, he's also dead. Naruto said, becoming slightly serious. Naruto's right. Kakashi finally decided to show that he's still alive. We have to hurry to Suna as fast as we can. Alright. Kazekage's sister agreed, and they took off without wasting any more time. Time 23:40. Near the border, after moving non-stop for several hours, the four-men's cell was finally able to reach the border. Then Kakashi stopped. We'll stop here for the night. He turned around. Let's set up a camp. Wait, we still can run for at least. The Temari tried to argue, but Konoha Jonin stopped her. Yes, we can. But in the end, we'll still have to make a nightstand at least one more time. And it's better to spend one night in a desert instead of two, he said and walked off. Well, she could not argue with that. Nights in the desert weren't the most pleasant experience. Fine. She only mumbled. 15 minutes later, the camp was made pretty quickly, and now our heroes were sitting at the fireplace. Gaara, Temari whispered. Naruto rolled his eyes. Actually, he was a very patient man in these kinds of things, but hearing Gaara's name every 2 minutes can break even the strongest. Something has to be done with that. He moved closer to her and forced her head to look at him. Look, Temari. I know that your family means a lot to you, but worrying about them will only make you feel worse. Did I say that? Temari looked at him, almost on the verge of tears. The Jinchuriki sighed. Listen, yes, they captured him, yes, they took him away. But they need him alive at least for now. Really? Yeah, really. We just have to hurry and catch up with them. Now she was in tears. Thank you? The Suna Jonin threw her arms around him and hugged him tightly. Hey, thank me when we'll save your little brother. Quickly releasing her hold on him, she mumbled a sorry and looked away. You don't have to apologize either. With that, Naruto turned around and walked deeper into the forest. Silence longed only for a few minutes. Net Kakashi-sensei? Sakura asked, keeping her eyes on the fire. Yes? The Jonin answered. Do you think he'll do something? She whispered, using the opportunity that Naruto gave her when he went to scout the area. Who, Naruto? No, Hayashi-san. Oh well, I don't know, he might. If you don't mind me asking, what Hyuga-san might do? Temari asked, and it was actually her first question that was not about Gaara. Well, flashback. Where is this damn Naruto? This is not the time to be late. One frustrated Sakura screamed. Even Kakashi-sensei is already here. True enough. Uzumaki Naruto was half of an hour late for his first mission after a long break. Not far away from the screaming girl, recently mentioned Hatake Kakashi was reading his porn book, of course that looked like it from the outside, but in his head he was deep in thoughts. If by anything strange she meant differences between the new and the old Naruto, then I already have a report at the size of the Hokage mountain. Oh? I see everyone's already here. There was no need to guess who that voice belonged to. Both of them knew it too well, and they also were expecting only one person. You're late. Guess who yelled that? The blonde Jinchuriki, who appeared a moment ago, was now scratching his ear. Ow, I'm deaf. No, Naruto. You're not deaf. She wasn't using her special ultrasonic scream technique. Kakashi said, doing the same. How do you know that? First, I already experienced it, and second, you heard me, right? Oh, he turned to the village entrance. Well, anyways, off we go. And started to walk off. Now if you take Hareno Sakura, the one thing she did not like very much is to be ignored. Stop right there, Naruto. I'm not done with you. She took a few steps towards him and prepared her Sakuras especially for Naruto Megaton Punch, but he stopped her with only a stare over his shoulder. I already know what you're going to say, so save it. Then he turned and started to walk again. Kakashi also started to walk, but Hokage's apprentice hasn't moved a bit, or more like she was not able to. And no, Yori annoying it can't be save it, he's just like she could not finish that sentence. She could not because it was wrong. No, Sasuke never said it with such coldness. It was almost like if Naruto hates me? Naruto smirked. We're gonna leave you behind, Sakura. Kakashi said, looking back. Coming. She finally moved only to stop the next second. Stop right there, Uzumaki Naruto. A low voice of a man ordered. Why? Naruto turned around and raised an eyebrow in surprise. Before him stood none other than Hyuga Hayashi, a very unpleased Hyuga Hayashi. Oh my. Well, if it isn't the Jinchuriki, cocked his head to the side. Who in the blue hell are you? Hayashi grunted. I am Hyuga Hayashi, the head of the strongest clan in Konoha, the Hyuga clan. And for you, maggot, it's Hayashi-sama. You will treat me with proper respect from now on. He exclaimed in his usual commanding tone, a tone that Naruto did not like very much. The blonde shinobi crossed his arms. And why exactly should I do that? Because I'm a clan head, of course. Hayashi snapped. Naruto looked bored. I don't give a fuck about this. I'm not a Hyuga. The white-eyed clan head became even angrier. I'm also a member of the council. No effect. Don't care either. I'm under jurisdiction of the Hokage, not the council. Sakura and Kakashi were silently observing with wide eyes, and Hayashi narrowed his. I can use my political weight to demote you in rank. He probably exclaimed, but he forgot one simple thing. Ahahaha. To what? I'm still a genin, you know. Despite the sarcasm, the Hyuga smiled. Then I can just strip you off of your shinobi rank. And because of your situation, it won't be very hard. Now Naruto was the one who smiled, but this smile was much more sinister. Of course you can, but you won't. And why is that? Think about it. What my social status will be then, huh? Hayashi thought for a moment. A civilian. And what civilians have? Or better yet, what they don't have. Civilians don't have. He narrowed his eyes even more. I see. What? I don't get it? Sakura asked in confusion. Yes, I would like to know that too. Kakashi said in his strict and serious mode. Tell them, why don't ya? Hayashi grunted again. Civilians don't have a village allegiance. Sakura gasped, and Kakashi also narrowed his eyes just as the Hyuga clan head did. You're pushing your luck, Uzumaki. Maybe I am anyway. Why are you telling me this shit? I'm in the middle of the mission right now, you know. Hayashi immediately straightened, anger gone. A political training in action. Naruto thought. I came to make a warning. You are to stay away from my daughter Hinata. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Kakashi and Sakura were confused as well. Heh. No problems here, but why is that? I mean, it's not like I was near her before. Hayashi shifted into a lecture mode. Today Hinata came home very determined. She never looked like this before. When I asked her about it, she told me that she needs to train and then asked for a key to the Forbidden Hyuga Library. What the fuck is the Forbidden Hyuga Library? The blonde shinobi asked. Hayashi seemingly ignored the remark. It's the library where Hyuga's most secret and ancient techniques are stored. The key is to be given from one clan head to another. It's a tradition that was kept for many generations and now it's broken. Why? Hayashi looked down. Because when I refused to give it to her, she suddenly attacked me and took it herself. Now that was a surprise. No, she couldn't. Sakura tried to defend her friend, but was interrupted by Naruto's laugh. Ha. I take it back. She might have something after all. But I still don't understand one thing. Where do I come in? And about the key, just take it back the same way. Firstly, I can't take it back. She closed herself inside. Naruto snorted, but Hayashi continued. And secondly, when she hit me, she apologized and said that it was all in order to save her, Naruto-kun. Sakura was shocked. Kakashi was confused. And Naruto laughed again. And I thought Sakura was hopeless. Well, I guess there is my fault in this. What did you say to her? Hayashi screamed, politeness aside. Actually, I said that I have nothing to do with her. Why? Now Hayashi was confused. Then why did she? How could you? Everyone turned to the only girl that was around. How could you do this to her? She almost went for the punch, but, remembering her last attempt, decided not to. She loved you. She really did. And you, and I didn't. The black-clad ninja said coldly. What? You heard me. She loved me, but I did not love her back. End of story. You knew? Of course I knew. Do you think she can hide herself so well? And her following me everywhere I go? Puyolis. Then, why didn't you tell her? Sakura screamed. Oh, because it was funny, of course. Having the Hyuga heiress running around you, but dare not to show herself was funny as hell. Ha. Now Sakura was pissed. She wanted to punish him while at least insult him somehow, but Hinata's father bested her here. You dare insult the Hyuga clan, boy? Hell yeah, I am jabroni. Something exploded in Hayashi's head. That's it. He went for a juken strike, but Naruto stopped him. How, hold it. Before you do that, allow me to say thank you. What? Hayashi snapped. You want to thank me now? Naruto smiled. Yep. You said something interesting to me, so allow me to thank you right from the bottom of my heart. In a flash of speed, he appeared in front of the Hyuga, and kicked him in the stomach. Not expecting this, Hayashi bent over. Naruto's eyes sparkled behind his sunglasses. Now. With that thought he turned around, placed Hayashi's head on his right shoulder, and jumped down on his lower back, finishing the combination. And, another WWE move, called Stone Cold Stunner. The result was stunning. The clan head fell on his back and then even rolled several times on the ground. Nearby Kakashi was thinking. That looked like the move he used against me, yet it's different. He shook his head a little to make it clear, and then grabbed blonde Jonin's hand. What the hell do you think you're doing? Naruto jerked his hand off. Defending myself, or haven't you noticed? He attacked me first, you know. Fine. Let's take him to the hospital. The Jonin started to walk towards the downed Hyuga, but was stopped by his subordinate. No. We're leaving him where he is. Or have you forgotten? We're on a mission and do not have time for this. Kakashi glared at Naruto and even released some killing intent. I think Kakashi-sensei is right, Naruto. Sakura was a medic after all, but her teammate knew better. But then we may lose the link to Sasuke, he said, scratching his chin. Sakura's eyes burned with fire. You're right, let's go. So easy. Naruto thought, and without saying anything more jumped off into the forest with Sakura closely behind. This is gonna be a long report. The masked Jonin concluded and jumped also. End flashback. He has guts, that's for sure. Temari stated. No. He don't have guts, he's nuts. Sakura screamed in response. Hyuga Hayashi is one of the most respected people in Konoha. He may politically destroy Naruto. It seems like he doesn't give a damn about that. And if he does, then he hides it very well. The Suna Kunoichi answered. But it looks kind of strange to me. Did he not want to become a Hokage? Indeed, he did. Kakashi made himself noticeable. Then I don't understand. Yeah, me either. Oh, it's quite simple. Naruto said, appearing out of nowhere. People change, dreams change. Sakura's heart almost stopped. It can't be. You must have wanted to be a Hokage from your birth. Care to explain, Naruto? Kakashi asked. Temari just decided to silently observe. Naruto sighed. Tell me, Kakashi, what are my chances of becoming a Hokage? The masked Jonin thought for a moment. Like Snowball's chances to survive in hell. Exactly. Naruto said, sitting down near the campfire. I see. Kakashi mumbled and returned in his Ika world, giggling a little. Well, I think we should call it a night. Sakura stood up. I guess Temari-san and I will be staying in this tent, and she tried to make arrangements, but someone interrupted her. Nope. Everyone turned to the blonde Jinchuriki. In that tent it will be Temari-san and I. He exclaimed with a smiling face. Everyone except him blushed, even Kakashi. And Naruto. You pervert. How can you suggest that? The pink-haired Kunoichi yelled at him, even making him flinch a little. He turned to the Suna Jonin. Do you object? He looked extremely serious, and for a second Temari thought that she saw Gaara instead of Naruto. And no, she hesitated. Wait, Temari-san, you can't? Then it is decided. And without saying anything else, Naruto entered the tent he appointed for himself. Will go D night. Temari also stood up and slowly followed him, blushing furiously. Sakura tried to say anything, but she just couldn't. Well, I'm off. Kakashi excused himself. Sakura stood alone near the fireplace. This can't be Naruto. No one can change this much. Oh, if only she knew. 10 minutes later. Sakura's tent. I just can't believe it. Godame's apprentice spat, trying to keep her voice down. I don't understand why she didn't object. Her team leader Hatake Kakashi was trying hard to ignore her and fall asleep, but a pink-haired non-stop talking machine can do that to you. So he finally snapped. Stop this, Sakura. But I don't. So you would have refused if he said the same to you? Exactly. Now be silent and go to sleep. We still have a long way. He turned around and hoped that sweet dream world will visit him at last. Sakura pouted. Maybe I would have refused. She got into her sleeping bag. Yeah, maybe. Stop lying, Shinaro. You would have jumped there before him. Kunoichi's counterpart added her lepta. Who the hell asked you? Duh. Well, it must be you, I guess. No one else can do that, stupid. Oh, right, still, I haven't asked you. Anyway, I don't like Naruto. Sasuke-kun is the only one for me. Satisfied with herself, she closed her eyes and welcomed beautiful images of her, Sasuke, and a dining table. Yeah, you keep telling that to yourself. Same time. Naruto's tent. Temari was already in her sleeping bag, but not asleep yet. How could she? It will be her first night spent in any man's company. Aside from her brothers and sensei, add the fact that she never had a boyfriend, and you will get the picture. You am na Naruto-san? I'm not a san. Sorry, I'm Naruto-kun. Sigh. I'm not a kun either, no matter. What is it? Temari gulped. Why have you asked this? The tense I mean. Naruto gave her his foxy grin. Well, the reason is quite simple. Temari's heart almost stopped. What is it? He stood still for a second, then quickly got into his sleeping bag and closed his eyes. Because the thought of spending the night in company of either one of them gives me the creeps. He turned around and passed out almost immediately. Oh, to tell the truth, Temari was more disappointed than relieved. 1 night and 2 days later. Suna village. Damn! Naruto exclaimed, staring at Temari's hometown. Nice clean air, perfect terrain. How do you people live here? You must be insane. Temari pouted. Hey! It may not be good enough for you, but it's still our home. The genin just rolled his eyes. Yeah, whatever anyway, let's get this over with quickly. We have an Akatsuki to kill, he said in excitement. Kakashi did not agree. You wanted to say, we have a Kazekage to rescue? That too, but it raises a question. Which is, well, if we're gonna save Kazekage, then what Tsunade is going to do? Silence. Naruto sighed and pulled out a can of cola from behind. Alright, enough talk. I want to know what happened from some witness. He opened his can and went for the gate that was destroyed. Oh, someone had fun. The Jinchuriki tried to go through, but a random guard appeared on his way. Halt. Who are Temari-san? Naruto's eyes widened behind his sunglasses. What? He grabbed an unfortunate gatekeeper and lifted him up by the throat with one arm. Do I look like Temari-san to you, huh? He then shook him a little. Do I have breasts? Or a huge-ass fan? Or the worst thing, Suna headband? Huh. Answer me. But despite all his efforts, no answer came from the two shocked guard, instead it came from behind. Naruto? I think he was referring to me. The blonde genin turned around to see the fan-wielding Suna Kunoichi, behind whom stood a massively sweat-dropping Kakashi and a very angry Sakura. Oops. He put the guard down. Sorry, my mistake. Recently promoted Suna Chunin also wanted to sweat drop at first, but then remembered what he wanted to say before this short incident. Temari-sama, we have an emergency. Yes, I know. Gaara has been kidnapped, and he interrupted her. No, it's Kankuridano, Temari gasped, fearing the worst. What happened? She almost screamed. Quick! Follow me. 8 minutes later. Suna Hospital. Operational room. Kankuru! Kicking the door open, Temari flew into the room. On the operational table laid her brother, who seemed like he has no visual damage, but for some reason was in extreme pain. Several medics stood over him, looking at her. She ran over to him. What happened? Poison. One of the medics answered. And? You don't have the antidote? Sorry, Temari-sama. But this is the first time we witnessed this kind of poison. Medics tried to make an excuse. By that time Team Kakashi entered the room as well. Oh, hi man. Naruto appeared near the table. Damn, you look like shit. He then looked at the med card. A poison, Sasori's work for sure. Do you know the cure? Temari looked with pleading eyes. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Who, me? Well yeah, I know one, he said, scratching his chin. Really? Now her eyes were full of hope. Yeah, but you won't like it. Anything you say, well, okay. But don't say I didn't warn ya. With that Naruto outstretched his right arm and made a perfect Rasengan. Temari's and all medics' eyes widened in fear before the infamous jutsu. Still neither she, nor them could make a move to stop him, but Kakashi could. What the hell are you doing? He screamed, grabbing his subordinate's arm. Well, she asked me for a cure, and this is the only one I know. Kakashi narrowed his eyes. But you tried to kill him, the Jinchuriki sighed. Believe me, in 15 more minutes he's gonna beg for death. He jerked his arm away and cancelled Rasengan. Still, this is not the way. Naruto sat on the bench. Well, I washed my hands then. Kakashi turned back to the table and saw Sakura, looking at the med card. At least you won't kill him on purpose. He thought, and then came to join Naruto on the bench. 35 minutes later, Sakura sighed. His life is not in danger anymore, she said with a smile. Temari released the breath she was holding and slowly slid down the wall. Thank God. Well, I guess she's not entirely useless after all, Naruto thought, sitting on the bench in his boredom. Anyway, this is what we have. Gaara has been kidnapped by 2 Akatsuki members. From the description we know it was Sasori and Deidara, and they have a few days' advantage. Or did I forget to mention that we don't know their location? He made a thinking pose. After counting all rights and wrongs, I think Gaara is fucked. The Jinchuriki gave his verdict. Kakashi stood up and approached one of the medics. Can you tell me where you found him? And then he added. It may not look like it, but I'm a professional tracker. The medic was going to open his mouth, when, you don't have to. It was Kankuru, who started to show signs of life. What do you mean? Kakashi asked. Kankuru turned to medics. Have you brought back all my puppets? Yes, Kankuridano. The puppeteer smiled. Good, search Karasa's left arm. Kakashi went down and opened said arm, receiving a piece of clothing. I see. You gained something even from a lost battle, Kankura smiled. I'm a shinobi after all. You so sure about that? Kazekage's brother turned his head, to see approaching Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto. What did you mean by that? He hissed with narrowed eyes. Right, but first tell me, how was your fight with Sasori? Naruto said smirking. Well, it doesn't matter, how your fight was. Naruto interrupted, making Kazekage's brother scowl. I mean, look at the facts. You fought a master puppeteer, your own puppets are trashed, and you were lying half dead for the last 2 days. I think everyone with brains would get the picture about how your fight was. Naruto! You should not speak like that to him. Sakura screamed. Naruto turned to her. And why shouldn't I? Well, because his brother is a Kazekage. Naruto raised an eyebrow. And he's... Oh, shut your mouth. Enough. Kakashi joined the conversation. I'm gonna track down Akatsuki. He made a few hand seals. Kushias no jutsu. The masked Jonin slammed his hands into the ground and 8 dogs appeared. Yo, Kakashi! The smallest one greeted. What do you any? He interrupted his speech, when his eyes fell on Naruto. You! Pakken pointed at the Jinchuriki. You heathen! You dare to show your face after what you've done? Naruto smirked. Ouch, that was pretty harsh, and by the way, I was here from the beginning. It was you who showed up. Pakken turned to his summoner. Kakashi. If you have summoned us to help him, then we have to deny. Everyone was shocked at what has happened. A summon for some reason insulted a human. What are you talking about, Pakken? Kakashi asked. By this time every dog was already barking and growling at Naruto. I dare not speak of this. It's forbidden. The pack leader answered. But what I can say is he committed the worst possible sin against us summons. He narrowed his eyes. So, what have you summoned us for? Every dog immediately became silent. The Jonin cleared his throat. Kazekage has been kidnapped by Akatsuki. I need you to take the trail. All dogs seemed somehow relieved. Alright, we'll do that. Then they smelled the piece of clothing. Got the scent? Alright, disperse. Pakken commanded, and all pack ran off in random directions, all except for Pakken himself. Word of advice, Kakashi. Do not trust him, he said, and also ran away. Care to elaborate, Naruto? The Jonin asked. Naruto scratched his chin. Nope, he said, and walked out of the room. Sakura approached Kakashi. Sensei, what was that? XANB looked distant. If only I knew, Sakura. Random part of the village. Naruto walked in some narrow alley. You can come out now, he commanded. Hi, Naruto-sama. Someone from the shadows replied. One moment later a small figure appeared. Welcome to Suna village, Naruto-sama. It is an honor. Naruto rolled his eyes. Stop this sama crap, I'm not that old. And it's good to see you too, by the way, Matsuri. Hi, Naruto-sama. Well, no matter. I came here personally to thank you for your good work during these 3 years. You certainly deserve this. He put his arm in his pocket and drew a small ring, which had a skull on it. A skull that looked very similar to the one he had on his necklace. Oh, thank you, Naruto-sama. Naruto threw the ring to her, and she quickly caught it, and almost immediately put it on her finger with shaking hands. Now listen here. She stood straight. On this mission to retrieve Kazekage, I don't need any Suna ninja escort. This will be hard to achieve, my lord. No, it won't. Tell me, Matsuri, what council members in every village fear the most? He asked with a confident smirk. What, Naruto-sama? They fear for their own skin, of course. So, all we have to do is to make sure that some council member will find this early in the morning. With that a parcel appeared in his hand. It shall be done, my lord. She took the parcel. Good. We'll speak again after the mission. He disappeared in a flash of black. Hi, Matsuri said, and also disappeared. The next morning. What do you mean we can't go? Tamari yelled in anger. Her ex-sensei Baki crossed his arms. I meant exactly what I said. You are to perform a guard duty. But why? I mean they will need someone from Suna to escort them. Suddenly Naruto raised an eyebrow. Wait, do you smell it? He asked. Sakura turned to him. Smell what? I smell a woman. What, again? Yeah, but it's much worse, it's an old woman. Immediately after he finished his sentence, everyone heard. Wait a minute. Someone's voice echoed through the area. All shinobis turned to the voice's source to see probably the oldest woman living on the planet. What no one expected is that she jumped from the wall she was standing on and landed very swiftly. Not bad for such an age. Naruto commented. If they need a Suna shinobi, then I will be more than enough. She exclaimed. Shichiyoba-sama? But you have retired. Tamari shouted. Ignoring her, the old woman turned to Konoha team. I know that you're White Fang's son, and I hate you very much. Still, I will help your team on 2 conditions. They are? Kakashi asked. First, I want to see my grandson, and second, Chio turned to Naruto. You will let me talk to him eye to eye. All right. I accept. Good. Then I suggest we leave now. The masked Jonin nodded and they jumped off. I don't like this, Baki-sensei. Tamari looked at the ground. Yes, me either. Akatsuki hideout. 9 men stood on a giant statue, performing the bijou extraction. Someone's approaching, said a man that looked like a plant. Who is it? Asked the low voice of the leader. It's some Konoha team. Leader's eyes narrowed. Is there Kyubi Jinchuriki among them? No, but there is someone called Mato Guy. I see. The leader said. Then I guess we'll use that jutsu. Any volunteers? Can I have this one? Asked a man with a large sword. Very well, with Team Guy. We should hurry, said the dog that was leading the way. I sensed someone approaching. Then a blue-skinned man with a large sword burst from the ground. It has been nearly 3 years, missed me? Akatsuki hideout. I sense another team approaching. All right, another volunteer. Sorry, my lord, but this time it is Kyubi Jinchuriki. The room became silent for some seconds, then it's decided. The leader turned to the only present Sharingan user. Word of advice, Itachi. If you will make it in time and interrupt the ritual, then it's your head. No answer came. With Naruto, Team Kakashi and one old woman were passing through the forest at high speed. Suddenly Naruto raised an eyebrow. Wait, do you smell it? Sakura rolled her eyes. What, another woman? Naruto made an evil smile. Oh no, now I smell trash. He twisted in midair and descended to the ground. Look what we have here. The biggest piece of Konoha trailer park trash. Walking God's green earth. Long time no see, Naruto-kun. Chapter 6. The most electrifying. Crash. Talks. Crash. Thoughts. In the previous chapter, Naruto made an evil smile. Oh no, now I smell trash. He twisted in midair and descended to the ground. Look what we have here. The biggest piece of Konoha trailer park trash walking God's green earth. Long time no see, Naruto-kun. Now on with the story. Kakashi threw a glare at the newcomer. Uchiha Itachi. Sakura's eyes widened. That's Uchiha Itachi. The one who hurt Sasuke-kun the most. And now he wants to take Naruto away. She clenched her fists. I will stop him and save everyone. And Uchiha, it's been a long time since I fought against the Sharingan user, Chiyo exclaimed. You fought against the Sharingan user? The pink-haired Kunoichi asked in disbelief. Yes, and not one, by the way. Naruto smirked and raised an eyebrow. Oh really? And how exactly have you fought against the Sharingan? Well, if you're alone, the old woman went into a lecture mode, but not for long. It doesn't matter how you fought. Naruto shouted. The fact of the matter is this. The Jinchuriki turned to the Akatsuki member. Itachi. You motherfucking piece of shit. I don't know what they told you. A black substance erupted around Naruto's hand, and a sheathed katana appeared out of it. But challenging me to an open fight was not a very smart idea. He cocked his head to the side. Wait, something's wrong. Itachi narrowed his eyes. What do you mean, Naruto? Kakashi asked. Well, he and I, let's just say, we have a history. And for him to attack me head-on? Impossible. Naruto said, smiling at the Uchiha. Why is that? Kakashi was starting to lose patience. Naruto turned to him with a raised eyebrow. Why else, genius, he's afraid. Afraid of the you-know-what? Yandame's student asked. Naruto smirked again, but instead of him Itachi answered. No, I'm not afraid of the Kyuubi. Then what? Kakashi shouted, but was completely ignored by both of them. Is it that jutsu? Naruto asked. Yes, was Itachi's answer. The Jinchuriki laughed. Ahahaha. And you think that it will stop me? Itachi was still stoic. You're wrong. My mission is not to defeat you. Then wow, I see. What is it? Now it was Chiyo who asked. Have you forgotten where we are going? Kakashi and the old woman understood immediately, but Sakura, well, she was herself. What's going on? Was her very Sakura-like question. Naruto sighed. His mission is to make sure that we won't make it in time to save Gaara. Oh. She finally got it. You bastard. Good old Sakura, maybe. Itachi said. But I'm not the biggest bastard here, Kakashi thought. He sure as hell is talking about Naruto, but why? Does he know something that we don't? Oh. Where did you get so smart-mouthed? No matter. I've had enough. Conversation ends here. Naruto took a battle stance. With a puff of smoke, a sword appeared in Itachi's hand as well. Naruto. Don't rush into things. This time I will need your help. I'll attack and you. Kakashi gave his orders, but someone did not agree with them. No. What do you mean by no, Naruto? The Jinchuriki turned to him. You won't do shit. It's my fight and mine alone. What? You can't be serious. He's a spineless coward. Naruto shouted. Itachi clenched his teeth, but said nothing. Naruto, I'm ordering you. Oh really? You know, Kakashi-sensei, the only thing you taught me in my life was tree walking. So guess what, you can take your orders, turn them sideways and stick em straight up your candy ass. Not a second after, two swords met with a ferocious clash. Both opponents pushed back, trying to get the upper hand. Hell, last time it was you and your partner, and at full strength I may add. Naruto smirked, pushing Itachi back. What do you think your chances are, and where is he, by the way? He withdrew his left hand from the sword hilt and scratched the back of his head, still pushing Itachi back. You see, there's that girl from Kirigakure, to whom I promised a candlelight dinner with your friend Kisame being the main dish. Itachi furrowed his brows. You talk too much today. You'd better not underestimate me. Nah. Naruto said and withdrew his sword, making his opponent stumble slightly forward. Oops, he added, and without wasting any second kicked Itachi straight in the face, sending him into a flight. Escaped Itachi's throat as he received a fierce kick. He tried to twist in midair, but was not fast enough, as he collided with a nearby tree. Gah! He spat some blood because of the impact. Haha! 30%, it's not even a good workout. Naruto yelled and swung his sword diagonally upwards, creating a wave of silver. Itachi's eyes widened. He knew he couldn't block it. All that was left is to evade. Using all of his speed, he pushed himself up and jumped away just a moment before the wave hit the tree, but nothing happened. All Naruto's teammates were curious as to what has just happened. Naruto, seeing this, swung his sword a few times, then put it back into its sheath, and with a click the tree was cut in half exactly where the silver wave struck it. All except Itachi could not believe their eyes. Their thoughts were, impossible! From such distance, Kakashi. Amazing! Is this Naruto's new power? Sakura. Stupid show-off. The rumors were true it seems, Chio. Naruto relaxed. Are you going to attack today, or I should do everything myself? Itachi clenched his free fist as tight as he could and without any words rushed at his enemy, but just when he was about to strike his opponent, he heard a screeching sound and caught a blue spark out of the corner of his eye. Wasting no time, he performed a swift back flip and after landing took a swordplay stance, pointing his weapon at already two opponents. A second after Itachi jumped back, Kakashi appeared on the same spot, Raikiri quickly dying in his hand. You're also facing me, he stated facing Itachi. Naruto narrowed his eyes at his leader, who now had his back turned to him. I told you not to interfere, he exclaimed in a cold voice. This is my fight and the Jonin cut him off. No! We fight as a team, he commanded. Big mistake. And he was not allowed to finish, because during his, what was supposed to be teamwork, speech he felt a hand on his shoulder. What can I say? I warned him. With that thought Naruto grabbed Kakashi's shoulder, turned him around roughly, making him lose his balance and then, without hesitation, executed a perfect RKO on him. Shio and Sakura's eyes widened. Naruto just knocked out his own teammate for Christ's sake, the Jinchuriki smirked turning to Itachi. Now where were we? He prepared to rush toward at his nemesis but next moment it was he who had to dodge a chakra-enchanted fist. He landed gracefully and turned around in rage, facing one fuming pink-haired Kunoichi. What the fuck are you doing? Sakura gritted her teeth and clenched her fists tighter. It should be me asking that. Why did you attack Kakashi-sensei? Whose side you're on anyway? Ever since you've returned, you're not being yourself. What happened to you, Naruto? Naruto wanted nothing more than just throw his stupid pretending away and laugh in her face. Oh, stupid bitch. If only you knew. But now's not the time. He opened his mouth to try and get out of this without the need to explain something or to kill someone unnecessary for now, but fate played into his hand. Sakura gasped as she felt someone put her in a headlock from behind and press a kunai against her neck. And then she heard that voice, that cold inhuman voice, which made chills run down her spine. You should be aware of your surroundings. Naruto slapped his forehead hard. Here we go again. Should have guessed, this is Sakura after all. Naruto! Sakura Kunoichi pleaded. Help, Itachi! You motherfucking piece of shit! Release her now! Naruto hissed in rage, then he hesitated for a moment. On second thought an evil smirk appeared on his face. Go ahead. That shocked everyone, even Itachi. What? Naruto replied. I said it's okay. You may finish her off now. But the Uchiha was not in a hurry. Naruto! How can you say this? Sakura screamed. The ones that leave their friends are worse than scum. The Jinchuriki made a pitiful face. Boo-hoo, how sad. Well, I guess I'm worse than scum then. The smirk was back again. And if you're so smart, then go ahead and save yourself. Chio, the elder of Tsunade, watched the events with great interest. He fits the description more and more with every second. Meanwhile, but why, Naruto? Why don't you? Naruto's smirk turned into a scowl almost immediately. You want to know why I don't want to save beautiful Sakura-chan? He spat literally. I'll tell you why, and pointed at his pink-haired teammate. Every time since our team was organized, every time we entered a battle, took up a mission, hell in anything we did, you have never, and Naruto means never, done something except falling into a trap or getting caught by the enemy. Every time we fought, Zabuza, Orochimaru, Gaara, all you ever did was standing on the sideline and cheering for your dear Sasuke-kun before getting caught, of course. And who was the one always saving you? Right, good old Naruto. I'm not saying that I want gratitude or something like that. I mean, you trained under a Sannin, and I thought that at least this time something will be different, yet here we are. You're captured again, and I have to save you again. That's it. I've had enough. Finish her, Uchiha. Sakura's tears were now flowing freely. She almost wished that Sasuke's brother killed her right then and there, but Itachi did nothing. He stood with a calm expression still. Then, just as about he was going to say something, Naruto spoke again. But that brings me to what we have now. He turned to Itachi. I know that you won't kill her, and why is that? The Uchiha countered. Because I know you even better than anyone, including yourself. The Jinchuriki told him. Sakura blinked surprised. Now it's me, who should be asking, and why is that? Naruto continued. No, you will stall for as much time as you can, then you will let any of us kill you and be done with this. Then his look hardened. But that will leave me with a failed mission, and if there is something that I really hate, it's to fail at anything. He sighed. I guess I have to use it. After all, the air around him suddenly became tenser. My. And with that he instantly disappeared in a flash of black. Having already seen this technique before, Itachi could only curse his luck. Shit! He quickly hit Sakura on the back of her head, making her lose consciousness, and jumped out of the harm's way, but was not fast enough as Naruto's sword left a deep cut across his left hand. Damn! He muttered. Old woman's jaw dropped to the ground. That's fourth Hokage's technique. Bravo! Naruto flattered. That's Uchiha Itachi for you. You know I went for the kill, so if it were anyone else they would be lying dead by now. Very impressive, but I'm afraid that I have wasted a little more time than I intended. Time to end this. Right then, in the same flash of black, 9 more Narutos appeared around Itachi, creating a perfect circle of 10 Narutos around him. The Akatsuki agent looked somewhat in panic for a moment, but then relaxed, closed his eyes and even smiled a little. You know, Itachi, one of these days one of us will kill another, but not today. Naruto smiled. Itachi opened his eyes and gave the black-clad shinobi a glare with as much hatred as he could. You will not win this fight, Uzumaki, he stated. Naruto's smile turned into his most malicious one. Maybe, but I want to be sure as hell that you won't either. Next moment all 10 Narutos rushed at the Uchiha with an insane speed. Few flashes of silver and only 2 were left standing. One of them swung his beautiful sword a few times and then sheathed it with a loud click. That instant the other burst into a fountain of blood. His head and all of his limbs were severed, but that was not all. Every limb, as well as torso, were also cut in half, 10 slashes total. Naruto sighed again and stood straight. Well, that should do it. He turned to his only conscious teammate. You wanted to talk, now's your chance. With Team Guy. Huff huff. Mato Guy stood over the body of a man in Akatsuki cloak. A man he just defeated by using his 6-gate combination. Guy-sensei, are you alright? Rock Lee approached his idol with a worried look. Huff, yes Lee, I am okay. The thing is, he looked down at the body. Who we had just defeated. The body was of another person. With Team Kakashi, Naruto picked up a severed head and showed it to the old woman. Hey, do you know this guy? Chio recognized him immediately. Capitan Yura, so he was the traitor. Interesting, she replied. Naruto threw the head back to other remains. Well, Capitan Yura, rest in peace. Damn, that's not it. What is it? Oh. You are dead, Capitan Yura, and that's the truth, the whole truth. No, that's not it. What is it? Oh. You can't see me. No, that's not it for sure. What is it? Oh, I am the best there is, the best there was. No, that's not it either. What is it? Oh. What you gonna do when? No, that's not it. What is it? Oh, I have voices in my head. They fuck. They fuck? Now that's a strange thing for the voices to do. What are you doing? The old woman finally interrupted his rant. Naruto turned to her with an angry scowl. The fucking finishing phrase. I have phrases for all situations, but I still don't have the finishing one. It annoys me to no end. Now that was the stupidest thing that she heard in her long life. But the funny thing was that deep inside she thought that it's kind of cool. Anyway, he interrupted her train of thoughts. What did you want to speak about? Chio gave him a hard look. Okay. First question, was that your Yandame's technique? Naruto stiffened when he heard the word Yandame. What makes you think that? Oh, don't play games with me, boy. I've lived for a long time. Surely I've seen it a few times. Naruto smirked. Don't like games? Too bad. I thought all old women like them. But seriously, have I used his stupid kunais, or disappeared in a yellow flash, or maybe said that technique's name, huh? No, exactly. If you really want to know, it's my Tsubasa no Tenshi no Jutsu that I created especially for myself. Chio looked impressed. Creating your own technique at an early age, impressive, boy. Thank you. Now, was there anything else? He asked. Yes, there is only one. Are you? She was already opening her mouth to ask the most important thing, when their teammates started to show the signs of life. What the Kakashi said, trying to recall the events which lead to his knockout. Where Naruto? He quickly jumped to his feet and grabbed the genin by the collar of his jacket. Why did you do this, and where is Itachi? Naruto made an apologizing smile. Easy, sensei. Itachi is gone and everyone's alright. Kakashi didn't let go. Why did you hit me? The genin sighed. Let's leave this for after the mission, okay? I will explain everything, I promise. Kakashi narrowed his eyes. How do I know that you won't do this again? Because we won't meet Itachi again today at least. How do you know that? Just believe me on this, okay? Kakashi hesitated for a second and let go of Naruto's vest. Alright, but no more tricks. Sure. Naruto gave a cheeky smile. Ugh, what happened? Sakura shook her head and tried to sit up. Naruto sighed. Please don't make me say this again. Akatsuki's hideout. I suppose it is over. Leader's low voice stated. 2 silhouettes shifted. It is, said the smaller of 2. Have you succeeded? The leader asked, daring them to report of a failure. Yep, responded one with a large sword. Took a toll on them. Won't be as jumpy as before. Good. The leader shifted his glance. Itachi? The Uchiha remained silent for a few moments. I could not stop Uzumaki. He was too strong, and I had limitations. The leader cut him off. I've had enough of your excuses, Itachi. If he will interrupt the ritual this time, he was the one who was cut off. No, I think he won't disturb our plans today. Leader's brows furrowed. And what makes you so sure? Itachi held a little pause. When I fought him, he seemed like toying with me, knowing full well that every second counts. He knocked out his own teammate, and if he really wanted to disrupt the ritual, then he would have already been here right now. The leader thought for a little. So your point? He was stalling for time, and he wants Kazekage dead. With Team Kakashi. So, that's the Akatsuki base. Kakashi muttered. Naruto glanced at it skeptically. A cave? Why is it always a cave? It's cold and dirty. Why not make a base in a first-class hotel with an enormous jacuzzi and hot naked girls? Chio shook her head. You're impossible. Naruto turned to her. No, your age is impossible. So anyway, what are we waiting for? Kakashi answered without turning to him. We're still waiting for Team Guy. Ryite might as well take a nap. He went to lie down next to a nearby tree but could not make it. Naruto! What are you doing? The pink-haired kunoichi shrieked. This is Akatsuki we're talking about. We have to be on full-time guard. The Jinchuriki raised an eyebrow. Is that why you're yelling so loud? Sakura covered her mouth with her hands. Sorry. Naruto sighed and finally sat down. Look, Sakura. Back then, with Itachi, I wasn't joking. 3 years have passed, and you're still as useless as before. Now that hurt. You're right. This is Akatsuki, the most dangerous criminal organization in the world, and you're going against them. You. What do you think your chances are? Sakura's look was directed down at her feet. Tell me, why exactly you are going to fight against them? She hesitated for a moment, but then a wave of determination took her, tears already forgotten. I'm going to fight them, because they are a threat to all shinobi nations, and it matters not if I'm strong enough for that or not. I will fight them and win or die trying. Naruto smiled and gave her thumbs up. Now that's the spirit. Suddenly his expression changed to a bored one. It's a shame really that everything you just said is a big pile of monkey crap. What do you mean? Sakura mouthed in shock. Everything I just said. He drew a can of cola out of nowhere. Want me to tell you the real reason why you're in on this? It's because you think that they will give you pointers to your dear Sasuke-kun. The kunoichi narrowed her eyes. And what if I am? Jealous? She said with a smirk. Naruto raised an eyebrow. She's trying to mock me? Alright. If you are, then you're just wasting your time. She crossed her arms. And why is that? Naruto sighed. I can't believe I'm saying this. But troublesome fuck, I must be sounding just like that Nara imbecile. Alright, to keep it short, Sasuke went to Orochimaru. Orochimaru once was an Akatsuki, and Akatsuki do not believe in, how should I put it, retiring from their organization. So, the Jinchuriki sighed again. For someone who had the highest grade in the academy, you're quite stupid. Sakura fumed, but Naruto paid her no mind. It's like this. Akatsuki wants to kill Orochimaru, and if they knew where he is, then they would have killed him themselves already. And as far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard any reports of Orochimaru's death as of yet. Sakura made a silent "oh." Exactly? Naruto said, took a drink of cola and turned to the cave entrance. These fools are better hurry, or I might really have no choice but to disrupt their extraction. Suddenly Kakashi entered their conversation. And how do you know about Orochimaru so much? Naruto rolled his eyes. Of all stupid things, what kind of question is that? Gathering intelligence on your enemy is among the basics of warfare. I'm surprised you're even asking this. Jonin's look hardened, but he remained silent. 40 minutes later. If they won't show up in the next 2 minutes, then I'll take Guy's spandex, compress it as tight as I can, turn it sideways and stick it straight up his candy ass. Naruto's patience was running low, considering Akatsuki have finished their ritual 20 minutes ago. Kakashi jumped down from a tree. Enough, they're here. Few moments after Team Guy showed up. Kakashi! My eternal rival! Good to see you this youthful day. Guess who said that? Fuck. I'm deaf. Wait, that reminds me. Naruto turned to Sakura. Hey, aren't you two relatives? Sakura titled her head. What makes you think that? Naruto smirked. Your love for screaming. Fuck you, Naruto. See? The kunoichi went for a punch but stopped because of Rock Lee's muscled frame that appeared right between herself and her target. Hello, beautiful Sakura-san. You look very lovely this youthful day. He shouted a little less loudly than his mentor. Sakura stopped her advance. Oh, hi Lee-san. Damn, what took you? Lee turned around. Oh. Naruto-kun. Is that you? Naruto's sweat dropped. No, I'm Orochimaru, the snake Sannin. Can't you tell? The Jinchuriki said as he walked past Guy's favorite apprentice and toward Lee's teammates, then stopped right in front of Niji with a smirk on his face. 1 second later Niji's smirk matched his. Nice to see you, he said, looking him straight in the eyes through his sunglasses, but a moment later turned his head to look at Tenten. Naruto said and walked toward already blushing girl. Niji tried hard not to laugh. Horny bastard, welcome back, Naruto. Tenten welcomed him with a smile. Back where? We're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Naruto answered. Girl's eyes widened. Oh, sorry. She looked down in embarrassment. No need to worry. He put his hand under her chin and lifted her head so she would look at him. How about after the mission I'll show you what I learned on my training trip? Tenten became red as a tomato. She gulped, trying to pull herself together. Why yes, I would like to that, ahem. Naruto turned around to see Kakashi and everyone else looking at him. Can't you leave this for after the mission? The Jinchuriki sighed, then turned back to Tenten, pulled his sunglasses down a little and gave her a wink. The bun-haired girl melted on the spot. Stop this, Naruto. Sakura shrieked. Said blonde turned around. What's the matter, jealous? You wish. Enough. Kakashi screamed and everyone seemed to calm down. We need to stop Akatsuki before they kill Gaara. Naruto bit his lip very hard, trying not to laugh. Now Niji, I need you to scan the area with your Byakugan. This is Akatsuki we're talking about. They definitely have some traps to protect this place. Niji nodded. Byakugan. Concentrating hard, he saw what he was looking for. There are a few seals that protect the barrier. Seals must be removed simultaneously. After that, the barrier must be destroyed within 5 seconds. The Hyuga prodigy gave his conclusion. Kakashi thought for a moment. Alright. Naruto, you go with Niji, Lee and Tenten and wait for our signal. Niji spared a glance at Naruto without turning his head. Naruto looked back, also without turning, and shook his head a little, so only Niji could see this. The Hyuga nodded. Kakashi-san, if I may? Niji asked. I think we should go as the entire team Guy, with Guy-sensei by our side. We have good teamwork, and can help each other if something goes wrong. Niji knew that if you want to push Kakashi's buttons, you just have to mention teamwork. Hatake lowered his head. Alright Guy, if you... Mato Guy never waited for someone to finish their speech. Ha ha! No need to worry, my rival. I will end this simple task and be back in no time. Alright, I'm counting on you. After some stupid moral building in Guy's style, his team was up to their designated spots. Now, on the count of 3, remove the seals. 1, 2, 3. Kakashi commanded through radio. Sakura, hi! The kunoichi rushed to the large boulder, and with one single punch said boulder was reduced to a pile of little rocks. Naruto whistled. Nice, at least if she will quit shinobi career, she can always go to the building department. Inside. Quick! Kakashi yelled, and 4 people rushed into the cave. Took them long enough, and someone's voice echoed through the area. It seems so, another one grunted. I hate waiting. It takes precious time from my art. Art is not about time, Sasori no Dana. Art must be quick and flashy. Where is Kazekage? Kakashi demanded, but they paid him no need. How many times must I say this? Art is eternal beauty, Deidara. For you, maybe? Deidara answered. But for me art is a blast. Katsu, he threw something up, and in a puff of smoke a large white bird appeared and grabbed the still body of Gaara, that was lying on the ground. I'm sorry, Sasori no Dana, but I'm gonna fight the Jinchuriki. Sasori wanted to argue, but, Katsu? Naruto thought out loud. Yes. This is it. The most electrifying phrase in Shinobi Nations. Finally. Everyone's sweat dropped except for Deidara. Oh? You appreciate my art? How nice. Follow me then, and I will show you much more of it. The blonde Akatsuki jumped onto the bird and flew away. Stupid Deidara. Sasori grunted. Kakashi weighed the situation. Okay, Naruto and myself are going after this Deidara. I think he should take Sakura. The Jinchuriki interrupted. Why? I have studied their abilities during my trip. That one Deidara is the most troublesome fuck. Why did I use that word again, opponent? Fine, have it your way, let's go Sakura. Kakashi jumped after Deidara. Kunoichi spared a last glance at Naruto and followed her team leader. Ah, we're finally alone, Sasori-kun. Naruto exclaimed excitedly. Chio raised an eyebrow. You're not counting me, I suppose. No. And why is that? Because you're an old woman. And? Nope, that's it. You're a fool. And you're ugly. Enough. Sasori snapped. Why did you choose to fight me? He grunted. Naruto smirked. Who said I wanted to fight you? The puppeteer looked confused. What is it then? Jinchuriki's smirk turned into an evil smile, and he took a few steps forward. Tell me, Sasori-kun, how much do you know about me? Sasori gave a dark chuckle. I know that you're not very loyal to your current official employers. Now Naruto gave a chuckle. I see you're well informed. Naruto drew a can of cola from behind his back and in one swift movement opened it. The thing is, he drew another can and opened it with the same motion. We don't have to be enemies. What? Sasori grunted. Naruto extended his left arm with an opened can to the puppeteer. I want you to play on my side. Chio, who silently and carefully listened to the conversation, arched both eyebrows. I see, so the rumors were true. He really is a traitor. Why would I want to do that, and more importantly, why do you want me to do that? Sasori wondered. Naruto sighed. Well, first off, all Akatsuki are going down. I know where the headquarters is and going to wipe it out from the face of the earth along with the entire village. Sasori snorted. You really believe you can do that? He asked sarcastically. Naruto turned serious. I do not believe. I know and will do it. It's only a matter of time. The puppeteer looked skeptically. And what stops me from telling that to my coworkers? Naruto's smirk returned. Well, me, of course. Because the second option is, refuse my offer, and I will kill you on the spot. Sasori thought for a moment. First tell me what you have to offer. Now we're talking. Okay. Firstly, I know that you don't like fighting, you're a crafter. So first thing, I'm offering you unlimited resource access. And how do you know I don't like to fight? Sasori asked sarcastically. Because I know how people like you think. Sasori grunted at this. During your shinobi career you created dozens of techniques, weapons, puppets, the list may continue on and on. You never stole something from other people. You created everything yourself. That's why I respect people like you and despise people like Kakashi, who copied 1,000 jutsu and created only one pathetic, isn't it? Sasori chuckled. Indeed it is. You have a way with words, Uzumaki, he sighed. Unfortunately, I can't take your offer. Naruto's smile disappeared. Can I ask why? Yes, you can, but I won't tell you. Naruto lowered his extended hand. That's too bad. In a swift motion he smacked 2 cans together above his head, and then quickly emptied the contents in his mouth. Then I guess conversation is over. He threw 2 empty cans away. So it seems. Sasori agreed and without wasting any more time fired his arsenal of poison needles at the black-clad shinobi. Naruto smiled. You have to do better than that, he said, and started dodging flying needles still standing at the same spot during the entire assault. Chio, who managed to get out of Fire's way, was staring at the scene with wide eyes. I heard about him being good, but this is getting ridiculous. Naruto's limbs and body were blurring out of vision because of the speed he was moving at, but he was still on the damn spot. Seeing as his tactics wasn't bringing him any success, Sasori decided to cease fire. Naruto faked a hurt expression. What? Is that it? How sad. Sasori made an angry growl, but said nothing. Then a voice came from behind of Naruto's back. Allow me to help. I have the experience and… Naruto looked over his shoulder. No. You stay exactly where you are. I will need your skills after dealing with your dear grandson. Chio narrowed her eyes. What did he mean by that? He couldn't have. Her thoughts were interrupted by Sasori. You put your guard down, Uzumaki! He screamed, now assaulting the blonde Jinchuriki from all sides. Fuck! Naruto said. That's why I hate old women. He started dodging again, but this time he had to leave his ground and move around. Suddenly Sasori stopped. Naruto smirked. Still not enough, Sasori. The puppeteer chuckled. Think again. You overestimated yourself, Uzumaki. He stated. What are you? Naruto looked down, and his eyes widened in horror. No, please no. A single needle was sticking right out of his leg. Sasori laughed hard. So much arrogance, but in the end you're still a small child walking in the world of adults. As if by the snap of someone's fingers, Naruto's face turned from horrified to extremely angry. Now you've done it, you piece of trash. I was going to force you into working for me, but now you're going down. Sasori shook his head. Stupid child. All my needles are poisoned. With a loud insane laughter interrupted his explanation. Hey, ah ha 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 ha. You really think your poison will do you any good against me? Did you forget who I am already? Sasori tensed. That's right. He's a Jinchuriki, so his demon will expel the poison. But the question is, if that's true, why did he become so angry? Oh? Naruto mocked. You probably thinking why I'm so angry with you. Sasori tensed again. Well, then take a look at this. He yelled, pointing at his leg. Sasori made no reply. He surely didn't understand. Naruto rolled his eyes in frustration. My pants, you fool. My beautiful, shiny, perfect pants. And you ruined them. Do you have any idea how much this pants cost? Sasori was shocked to the core. Why, you're insane. Naruto smiled as evilly as he could. And I'm hearing that from a man who's turning humans into puppets. He laughed but then stopped. I've had enough of you. You do realize that I've been playing with you all along, right? The Jinchuriki snorted. Yes, sir. I know everything about you. Your parents, the third Kazekage marionette, even yourself being a marionette. Sasori shivered, his eyes wide open. How do you know that? If it was possible, Naruto's smile became even more sinister. What point in telling you this when you're about to die? He raised his arms above his head. Overlord's wrath. He shouted technique's name. An enormous amount of fireballs appeared in the air at random locations of the cave. Sasori panicked. What the hell is this? No answer. Answer me, HMHMHM. Sorry about this, but I think I will take your partner's side. What do you mean? The tension became too much for the puppeteer to handle. His body started to refuse his commands. Naruto gave an insane laughter. Art is a blast. Katsu. With that he quickly pointed both hands towards Sasori, and every fireball rushed at the poor Akatsuki member with impossible speed. And all he could do is what every man would have done when they looked in the face of inevitable death. Scream at the top of his lungs, and in a bright flash of light the entire mountain was obliterated. Near mountain's remains, Chio, the proud member of Tsunade, who wisely decided to leave the cave the second she witnessed young boy's technique, for the first time in many years, was shaking in fear. This jutsu can destroy the entire village. What the hell is he? Her thoughts were interrupted by the sound of something appearing. She turned around to see said young boy appearing in a flash of black. The old woman stumbled backwards. Who are you? Naruto chuckled. You don't need to know that. She wanted to scream at first, but then calmed down a little and even made a knowing smile. I finally understood why you chose me as your partner. Naruto arched an eyebrow. Oh? And why is that? Because if I hear too much, you won't have any problems of killing me later, which is now," she stated. The Jonin clapped. "Very good, you have to be commended. But you forgot something." "What?" "There was another reason to keep you with me," she tensed. "And that is?" Naruto ran his hand through his hair. "To keep you alive," the old woman gaped. "But why?" The Jinchuriki looked down at her. "I need your technique to revive Gaara." All immediately stood in places for Chio. Hee. "I see. So my options are to revive the Kazekage boy, or die by your hand here. The only question is, why do you want him alive?" Naruto furrowed his eyebrows. "That is of no concern to you. So what will it be, old woman?" she sighed. "Well, it's not like I've expected myself to return to that village again." The elder looked at the blonde genin. "Alright, I'll help you, and I won't say anything to the other Konoha ninja as well." Naruto relaxed. "Good, but why, if you don't mind me asking?" Chio chuckled. "Ha, it's because I like that village even less than you do." She laughed, and started to walk away. Naruto threw a glare at her, retreating back. "Silly old cow. You have no idea what true hatred is," he thought, and put his hand in the pocket, where the ring with kanji orb was lying. With teams Kakashi and Guy, Naruto and Chio arrived when the curtains were already down. Someone had fun, the old woman stated. Everyone turned to look at them. "Naruto! Chio-sama!" Sakura exclaimed. Naruto nodded at Chio and walked past Sakura toward Niji, Guy and Kakashi, who was lying on the ground. "What was that?" Sakura asked the old woman. Chio smiled sadly. "Nothing, my dear." "How's Kazekage?" Sakura lowered her head. "I'm terribly sorry, but he's... Can I look at him?" Yeah, of course." Sakura escorted the old woman to Gaara's unmoving body. "So, what happened?" Niji asked. Naruto shrugged. "Nothing much, Sasori's dead." "What?" Kakashi and Guy screamed in unison. "Oh, don't worry, Chio-sama did all the work." He lied, but Kakashi looked like he bought it. "I see," he said. "So," Naruto started. "What's with you guys and that exploding freak?" "Nothing much. He tried to blow himself up, but Kakashi-sen used some technique to send him somewhere else," Niji answered. Naruto arched an eyebrow. "Oh? And what did that technique look like?" Niji wanted to answer, but was interrupted by an ear-piercing scream. Everybody looked at the source and could not believe their eyes. Gaara's body started to twitch a little, and then he regained consciousness and even succeeded in sitting up. Lee gasped. "Impossible. I checked the pulse. He was dead," he screamed. Kakashi noticed Chio's unmoving body and sighed. "Calm down, Lee. I've heard of Chio-sama's technique. She probably used it to revive Gaara at the cost of her own life." 10 minutes later, everyone come around. "So, what do we have as a result?" Kakashi asked. Sakura decided that he was talking to her. "We have Kazekage saved and 1 or probably 2 Akatsuki members killed." She took a pause. "But we still have nothing on Orochimaru or Sasuke-kun's whereabouts." Naruto smirked. "Now's the time." "Well, we might have something." "What if Naruto refuses to work for Konoha?" And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoyed this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel. And leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down, and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.